Sometimes you've got to be dramatic, Tom Rain. Sometimes your intro needs to be fucking dramatic, you know? Sometimes you've got to rock up onto Twitch and go, hello, I'm being really dramatic. I don't have a playlist or whatever. I just turn Pretzel on and see what happens. So it's different. Every stream, the music is different. It's new and exciting each and every time. You know. No? You know? It's great. I think it's wonderful. You know? It's, Picasso. Whatever that means. I've said it now. Probably, you know, safe work. You would have thought for a music track, they wouldn't, you know, put a rude word in their description. What? Boobs red. Boobs red. You know what? I expected this. I was sitting there thinking, you know what? It's gonna be boobs red, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's gonna be boobs red. How are we all doing? Thank you for the raid, Holly. What a shock. I didn't see this coming. Hi, Sketty, Steve, Ash, Annie, Julio, Baldy, Steve, Pinksy, Cactus, Tom Rain again. Hello again. It's kind of Halloweeny. It's kind of my vibe, right? Exactly. Sloopy, how you doing? Chris. Something about boobs. Gaz. Hello, everybody. Everyone likes boobs. You know, honestly, with you, Holly, I wouldn't have been surprised if you'd come in and said something awful. You know, I appreciate that it's just the little icon and boobs raid, not something terrible like you've said previously, bits for tits or whatever. So I'm it was nearly okay. Well, no, I wasn't far off then, Holly. It was almost show. It would have been a bit much, you know. I feel like Twitch would have gone, this is peculiar. Is this normal for you people? Do you normally go around to random streamers on the internet and ask them to show tits? Do you? Could be a problem. Everyone needs a bosom pillow. Yep. Absolutely. I agree. You do. 100%. It's crowd control thing you're supposed to be on. No. Well, funnily enough, I didn't, you know, sort out my stream as effectively as I probably could have when I just now. There's clapping and there's potatoes, so I mean, it's already off to a great start. I mean, you can just ignore the extension, or I can literally just go over here and go boop, boop, like that. And it should be gone when you refresh. So unpro, I'm sorry. I know, it's terrible. You get straight off, no worries, Holly. Thank you for coming over and, you know, what is happening with my ears right now? Someone's about driving, I don't know. This is so dramatic. It's not usually this dramatic, but no worries. Holly, enjoy being social. Enjoy. Thank you for coming over. I appreciate it. Oh my god. Size kid from the new Ghostbusters looks like me, does it? Oh wow. There you go. Maybe it's secretly me, but umtish. And, you know, you never know. You never know. It might be me. It might be me. Bye, Holly. Bye. Hurrah for boobs. Everyone cheers for boobs. You know, if I ever saw boobs, I'd probably cheer. You know? Probably. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? You kind of thought that, Steve. I mean, I've not seen, so I would have no judge. But, you know, I'm gonna take your word for it and go, sure. Absolutely. Yes, is the answer to your question. You were answering. There was no question here, but yes. Don't see it, but you thought it, but you don't see it. Would you like to clarify? You ever saw boobs? You don't know what you'd do. I don't know. You know what? You know? Do you sort of give them a round of applause? It's like someone shows you their tits and you go, oh yes, oh. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yes. Oh. Well, yes. They're very. Ooh. You know, they could be. Ooh, squishy. You know, but don't go see it. Boobs. What is happening? I don't know. Hey, it's a British response. It's true. That's very, very true. With a beer, you know. Probably like this. There, see eyes. Those are some good eyes you've got there. You know? Very, cartoonish. Cartoonish and cartoony was the combination of cartoony. Lovely eyes. Very, very, very. What's happening? I don't know what's happening. Eventually, Shadow's Over Loathing will be happening, but we were talking about boobs, and that's obviously a much more pressing topic of conversation. Could be pressing. Beer plus boobs equals problem solved. Exactly, you know? Yes. Absolutely. My brain suddenly went, you know how you can get like beer hats, and you can get handbags that have like a little bag stitched into it so you can put wine in it with like a little tap. It is entirely possible to get that on bras as well. So you could have beer boobs, technically, like as an actual thing, you know? You could put beer in your bra with the specially made ones that, you know, have a little straw coming out. If you wanted to, you don't have to, you know, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do with your boobs, right? Does the R spot like boobs? It was a bit weird at the end there. They did something strange with boobs, that's what they did. It's fine, one could like boobage. I see what you've done there. Yeah, absolutely. Applaud the boobs. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. What a great beginning. What a great beginning of the stream. I feel like this has gone really well. I don't think it could get better from here. This is it, we've peaked. Twitch didn't like the word boobs originally. Well, I'm not really surprised, you know, they crack down on the boobs. You cannot show tits on this platform, I tell you, that's what OnlyFans is for. Beer bra coming to a merch store near you. Exactly. It's a thing, you know, if you can get ones that's advertised, you put wine in here and you suckle on them, you know, then you could put anything in it, technically. You could put something non-alcoholic in it if you wanted to. You know, there's nothing stopping you. Live your life, damn it. They don't have any of the heart. Ah, no. That's why they don't like them. It's true. Non-what? I know, Mally, it's a foreign term even for me. Non-alcoholic. It's possible. Did you know? I wouldn't know. Back a bit later on. No worries, Andy. Enjoy whatever you do. I don't know what non-alcoholic is at all. I drank a lot of whiskey on the New Year. I had a lot, you know? I sort of came home with a very mild case of major alcohol poisoning. So, I feel like that was a New Year well spent. It was great. Boop. It's almost boop, but it's not. So yeah, there you go. Alcohol in your bra, whip it out at a party, and everyone will be like, what the fuck? They'd remember you. They would absolutely remember you. So yeah, that's the conversation about boobs. Did you enjoy the conversation about boobs? I thought it was a fantastic conversation about boobs. It's not every day you get a conversation about boobs, but you know, today is the day. It's been a very booby day, and I am not complaining. So yeah, there you go. That's it. That's it. So I was, you know, before the boobs came in and, you know, entirely distracted me, which is a common situation that I find myself in. We're playing some more Shadows Over Loathing, because I would like to get through this. I had a look. Yeah, it's weird me looking at things. But apparently, I can't remember how long it said the game lasted. Don't remember. So I was going to tell you, but then I completely forgot. I think it's between 22 hours for main and sides, and then completionist is like 32 or whatever. And I'm almost there. So I'm guessing another 2, maybe 3 if I dick about a bit, streams of this game. And then we're going to get there, we're going to see the end, and we're going to save the world from the darkness with cheese. And it's going to be wonderful. Because I am a cheese wizard in this game. I wizard with cheese. We wizardly cheese. Wizardly magical cheeses. And we murder things with cheese. And it's a wonderful time. And we're all going to be very happy with ourselves when we murder the world of cheese. So that's what we're doing today. That's the goal. That's it. Which should be set up, you know. I was, you know, did it all, like, really quickly. He's done good like that. But it should be set up, so if we should turn... Ooh, that went up. Don't turn it up, because that was very loud. And then you turn the game on, which is also quite loud. It was just my ears. I don't know. And then press that button. Look, it's a game. I set it up. It's all good. You can hear it, too. It's like, whoa, dude, game. I don't remember what we were doing. Exactly, Steve. We're looking for a stealth bear. That's actually what we were doing. It's not what we were doing. I wish it was. It could have been what we were doing. Why am I here? What am I doing? I have a gravy boat on my head.
Boom, etc.
Etc. Hello, Lou! You like my gravy boat? It's a lovely gravy boat. Look at the sparkles on my gravy boat. What am I sound like a cow as I wander around. Find Charles Wallace in the Gatorman Forest in the Big Moist. This is the game that we're playing, the Big Moist. The Big Moist game. It's the game of the Big Moist. Could just call it a bog, but no, why would you call it a bog when it's a big moist? I need to remove some booze. Oh god, I needed to find equipment that let me go under the waters. Under the sea. Somewhere. Under the sea. Unusually smart rat wanted some cheese. I don't have... Other than the cheese I conjure, I don't just have cheese. Barbecue sauce. I need to catch the the chopper. I need to capture the chopper as well, which is perfectly pronounced. And I need more eggs. Great. Oh, there's more. Oh, dirty fences. I've painted one fence so far. Well, I'm good like that. I've painted fences. Alright, fine. I have many things to do, and I don't know how to do any of it. But that's okay, because we will just roam and find things. I'm going to go to some houses and see if they have fences that need painting. That's my goal. Nestled into a rotting tree stump, you find a colony of weevils. I almost said weasels. Weasels! No. We can harvest the bast. What am I saying? Do you want to harvest bast? What is happening right now? Oh, I've turned that off. You know what? Look. That's what I was trying to do. Turn it down, because I was shiny. I just turned it off. Like, fuck it. Turn it off. We're going to go to this place. This is the place we're going to. Oh! You do have a fence. Lovely. The vicious goo has rendered this house entirely electric. I have painted your fence. How do you feel? Because we met a tree. There was a small child at one point in time, and he was turned into a tree because he didn't paint fences. So obviously we must go and help this. Hey, how's it going? Barley hanging in there. Wow. Game has worse jokes than I do. Child. The child was turned into a tree, yes! Child. Exactly. Thanks, Melly. Appreciate it. Back to lurk. Back to lurking. You heard the word child and you felt like coming by and screaming at me. Normal. Map of the swamp. So I've painted this fence. What other fence did I paint? I don't remember what other fence I painted. Where else might there be a fence? The monster shack? Monster shack might have a fence. Do the monsters want their fences painted? They might. Well, that's something you don't see every day. A big haunch of raw meat hanging from a tree branch in the middle of a swamp. Well, at least I don't see that every day. Maybe you spend more time in swamps than I do. Anyway, not wanting to let a perfectly good haunch go to waste, you approach it. And with the cartoonist sproing, you and Obi find yourselves trapped in a big net hanging from the tree. Well, dang it. Ain't that a fine kettle of fish? I can tear myself loose. Rather fortunately, the net is shoddily constructed, and it's made of vines. And heck, if you're gonna let some stupid vines get the better of you. After a short struggle, you manage to tear the net open, and you and Obi are free and escape with the goods. I got a swamp haunch. I've always wanted a swamp haunch. There is no fence here. Oh yeah, this is the base full of childs. That were... One of them still wants me to find one of them. Right? I don't know. But there's no fence there. What about Barbara? Who is Barbara and does she want her fence painted? Ah. You've accidentally walked right into a huge swarm of gnats and flies, and they're buzzing up super loud, and actually they've got a pretty good beat going. Are those tiny musical instruments? Is that a locust with a fiddle? What's going on? I'm gonna join them. You swing your hips and give the swarm a little... a little of the old soft shoe and a jaunty whistle. The insects are super into it, despite the fact that you kill several of them every time you clap your hands. And when the show eventually winds to a close, they leave you a tip as they buzz away. That's kind of them. I was paid to murder a few of them, you know? This isn't a bunch of bird bath, this is bird dirtier. Okay, there's hobo code. I don't have 16 hobo code. And why do these look different? Does it matter? I don't know. Oh, it's the bird lady. Hello, bird lady. You don't have a, You don't have a fence. I can't paint it for you if you don't have it. You know, I'm desperately trying to find someone with a fence. Anyone? What about the Gatorman village? I know they're evil, but they might have fences, you don't know. Oh. You come across a man sunk to his elbows in the sludge. Yes, I do appear to be stuck, he says, but I'm too proud to ask for help. I can't pull him out, so I'll just leave. He can stay stuck. Hello. Gatorman Village. Do you have a fence? Do you have a fence? Hello there. Do you have a fence? Do you have a fence? Can I ask you, do you have a fence? I have some experience. I could get stronger now. Is this the only one I'm missing now? Wow. More Moxie and more AP. Your joints are lubricated with the finest of cheese oils. Oh, I do want to have lubricated joints. You know, if you have joints that aren't quite lubricated enough, cheese oil is the way forward. I might as well. Because then I've got all of these skills, like some sort of skilled person. And maybe, just maybe, we can murder these gators. The Gatorman Weed Lord, the Gatorman Scream Mouth, and the Gatorman Rot Tooth. He has a tooth and it's rotting and it's rather uncomfortable, actually. They do so much damage. Oh my gosh. Can we get rid of... Well, you won't do any damage to this, but... Oh, you won't do... Does it still cause the bleeding? Out of curiosity? It does. Hello. Oh, I was kind of hoping I'd get him before he screamed, but hey, that's fine. You know? What does it matter? Oh, can you smell me? I forgot I had that. I forgot I just, you know, emitted an odor. It's the cheese I keep in my bra, you know? The bra cheese. I can reduce someone's stance.
Do I have to get his dad up as well?
Possibly. And then maybe they'll run away. Cheesy tits, exactly. Exactly. Can I reduce your stats, please? Thank you. Because then you're not going to do nearly as much damage to me, and that's much better. You know, it makes me feel lots better. I could raise my cheeseling's armors, or I could raise my own armors. No? I could raise my own armors. Sure. And then, what's the strongest thing at this point? Mind Melt? Mind Melt my strongest random thingy maboobaloo? Or I could just set everybody on fire. Fire! Lovely. And I can do 32 physical damage, which is enough to murder one of them, so, You're gonna try and kill my mosquito friend, so you can go. Yeah, that's what I thought. My cheese elemental, my Emmental elemental. You don't do much damage at all anymore. You do, so you get punched. Yeah, that's not nearly as much as I was originally concerned about, which is nice. And this guy should punch the Maltesers on my desk. This guy should die. He did. Great. Thank you for the healing. Take a whiff of me. The cheese. Can you smell it? Isn't it lovely? No? I feel like I had a lot of trouble with that last time I bought that. Did I just get pants? Did you just give me pants? I got pants. Not to be confused with Gatorman skin pants. These pants are made of skin and worn by a Gatorman. I'm not sure what kind of skin they're made out of. Okay. Well, I have gator cheese. Gator cheese? Does that mean I can give this gator cheese to the rat? Have I finally got something I can give to the rat? Oh, that's exciting. Just don't eat it. I won't eat it. It's fine. I'll remember. I'll go back once I've finished exploring this place. Oh. Hello. Did I interrupt something? These beasts are too enthralled by the strange obelisk to notice you, which I've accidentally just walked into. Fascinating. What? Sorry, I'm moving around too quickly. I didn't read any of that, and they won't come back. That's sad. Hello. Can I see ghosts now? Oh shit. Hello. Who are you? A long and knotty finger of eldritch energy. Wasn't there a... There's a man here. Still weird. Wasn't there at the head of a ghost somewhere, I remember? I don't know where it was. I feel like there was. I touched it. Oh, what does this do? What am I doing? What have I just done? Grandfather's bird bath, cleaned of teeth but still disgusting. Teeth, grandfather's bags, grandfather's chair. Like magpies and shiny objects, skaters are compelled to hoard all of grandfather's items. Ah! The ghost, a colony of slime flies. This is the head of the ghost, the man thing. But we can't see what he's staring at. How have I ended up here? What am I doing? Normally I have to close these. I got rid of the big house bit. Can't go back that. Oh, I've appeared this one. This is the one with the babies in it. This one had all the babies. But why? But why? What am I doing? Am I supposed to know what I'm doing? What this? Oh, I can... Oh, hello. You've inverted. I have inverted. You're not alone in this place. Say something. Something. Wait, I don't sound like that. I can see everything. Great. Hey, you want to get out of here? In the portal. In the portal, huh? Okay, oh god. What? You've also gone dark, but now light. Wait, what? What? Oh god. In the portal I can see everything that ever saw and ever will be. Everything that is to be known in our world, in this one, and all of the worlds in between. Oh. It tells me what it says at the bottom. I was just trying to read it backwards. There's a light on Megan Wonkaloid? Why has the light on Megan Wonkaloid? I turned it down because I was shiny. Wow, let me take a look at that. According to the floating man, all worldly knowledge is contained within this swirling, convulsing starfield, a kind of super-terrestrial library. Wow. It is, I don't know. I can just continually, like, fiddle with my light. Boosh, look, it's even brighter now. It's a tiny bit brighter. How about that? Your eyes bend to the writhing contours of the deep black and star-smeared tunnel, preparing nervously to receive the sum of all human and extraterrestrial knowledge. You gain 6 experience. In the tunnel's bright center you see a field and a cow suckling a puffin. The farmer is watching. What? I don't want that. You don't want any part of that. Nope. Ah, curious. The tree is here, but none of that other junk the Gentleman had gathered. What? Your eyes in terms of my... What? You had to rub your eyes? What's happening now? I don't even know. Can I still say something to this man? Oh my god, the floating man does not react to your presence. The portal affords him a window into a curious world that commands his complete attention. I don't think that portal contains the sum total of all worldly knowledge. I think it's just letting you look at a farm where a cow is nursing a puffin, and there's a farmer standing nearby and watching. That's all that's happening. He blinks. Backwards. You're really enjoying that, huh? Can't leave. Can't leave? Why not? Bad to think. No, where's Andy? Midnight Man? You can't leave because of the Midnight Man? Yes. Who is the Midnight Man? Midnight Man. Who is the Midnight Man? Who is the Midnight Man? He lives down the lane. Cannot leave cause of the Midnight Man. Don't know what that means, but he can't leave cause of the Midnight Man. What am I doing here? Can I find the Midnight Man? The Midnight Man, can I find him? I don't know what this squiggly one over there does. Like, what does that do? Hello? Hee! Who are you? Why do you run from me, strange little creature? Hello? Ah! What is this thing? Obi? I feel like I'm supposed to do something here, but I don't know what. I can fight them. This beast prefers books to strange obelisks. Whomst is the Midnight Man? The Midnight Man, whomst he? Whomst be? Takes a child to raise a village. What? No idea, my dude. No idea. I was gonna go and give that mouse some cheese, was I not? Before I inevitably forget to give the mouse the cheese. Busking, go. Do busking. We've done that. More busking. Busking, busking, busking. Busking all the way. Where is the mouse? What were you saying just now, sir? What did you just say? Hold up a sec, I need to make a pit stop, so to speak. I think I saw a restaurant back. No, not like that. There's a bar near here that I used to play at. I gotta go hash something out with the manager. Oh, okay. Is it cool? I could use a drink. It is not cool. Darling, it's the opposite of that. Huh. Is it in the SIT Steam tunnels or something? A bit deeper. Sure. Well, here you are, Obi. Back in the infernal racket, after however long it's been. Thought you'd seen the back of this place, didn't you? I thought you was cool and slick as an old iceberg. Turns out you were a fool. Same as every fool who ever got scammed by this racket from here to eternity. Time to see if there's any way to salvage this situation. But like the man said, it's all gonna be hell to pay. Amen to that.
Apparently, the furthest I've kicked a chicken is 11 yards.
11 yards. It's a long way, you know. Sorry, ladies, got no time to dilly-dally with succubi. Whoa. No time to chat with strange demons. Well-dressed gentleman standing in the bar. He smiles thin as you approach. Afternoon, Lloyd. Well, if it isn't dear old O.B. O'Brien. Or O'Brien? Who knows? What brings you back to our little establishment after all this time? Make you know the answer to that already. You pull out the contract and slap it on the bar. Getting older, are we? Don't feel as invincible as you used to be when you were young? Or have you gotten tangled up in something dangerous and think the end might be coming sooner than you bargained for? I want out, Lloyd. Obi, this contract is ironclad. Virtuoso musical ability in exchange for your immortal soul upon death is as traditional an exchange as they come. It's a bona fide classic. There's no wiggling out of this one, my friend. Virtuoso musical ability and all the wealth and fortune that comes with it. I never said how much that would be. Come now, Obi. I thought you enjoyed the hobo lifestyle. Why you? Obi buddy, it's like you. I like you, and that's no lie. You played some incredible tunes for us back in the day, but deal's a deal. I claim right of challenge. Right of challenge? My word, where did you hear about that? Well, it's a shame, but right of challenge doesn't apply... I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but demonic contract law is my particular field of expertise, and he does in fact have access to right of challenge in this case. There's precedent in Scratch v. Webster, Messophophophiles, but First and Undamned Devil v. Johnny. Those two of those haven't even happened yet. Sophocles. I can say things. They still count. Storyline, rules of rules. Well, alright, well. Alright, Obi, I'm in a good mood today. Like I said, I like you. So I'll give you a fair challenge as anyone's ever got from me. What's that? Get out of here and play as a set that you used to. And if everyone here agrees you deserve it, you can keep your soul and your music. Okay, Lloyd, you got the deal. Damn. That too was oboing. Obi, I gotta hand it to you. When you're hot, you're hot. And I know hot. He takes the contract off the bar and tears it up. There you go, my man. You're free as the wind blows. Come back and visit us sometime, though, okay? Stranger things have happened. Obi learns new skills. Stirring glissando. Thanks, Lloyd. Well, that was particularly easy to get out of a demolic contract. These two seem to be engaged in high-stakes staring contest. Oh. The piano was on fire. Usually when folks say the piano is smoking, they don't mean it's a little. But this one fell asleep. They said there's no rest for the record. This flautist seems familiar. Flautist? What? Well, hey there, Obi O'Brien, wasn't it? fella, that was a damn fine set you just played. Well, thank you. Wait, aren't you? That's me, Denny Batman, jazz flautist extraordinaire. Well, I'll be. I got a little proposition for you if you're interested, Obi. Not hardly. I had enough devil contracts to last this whole life and the next one too. No contracts here, my man. All I want is a little jam session with you. If you impress me, I'll reward you for something real good. No strings attached, baby. What do I do? Just set yourself up at the music stand over there and follow my lead. If you can match me all the way through, I'll teach you one of the forbidden tunes. If I fail, nothing. No harm, no foul. Try as many times as you like, but I tell you, it ain't easy. Sounds reasonable enough. Oh, and by the way, no improv on this one, okay? What? Uh-oh. What do I have to do? What do I have to do? What? How am I supposed to know what tune it's gonna make? How am I supposed to know? What? There's no arrow. Oh. I'm very confused. How am I supposed to know which sound is which when I'm pressing arrows? I have no idea. I feel like I'm gonna be doing this for a while. I'm very confused.
If there's one thing I know, it's sausage.
Sausage and not whatever I'm trying to do here. I expected it to just, like, show me arrows or something that I could follow, other than just trying to make it up. What? I didn't press that twice. Oh. Oh. I don't know how you're supposed to do this. Nope. I don't think I'm gonna get whatever this is. Nope. Why does it sometimes make it me... I don't press the button twice. Sometimes it just toots twice for some reason. No, it sounds the same to me. No. No. But can I not? I don't know how you're supposed to do that. I don't get it. That's fine. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna go away before we're there forever. It's just nah. Nah, thank you. Pleasant not I can talk to you? Thanks for your help back there, fella. You saved my hash. Don't mention it, just do my job. Then that you're a free man, can I interest you in that? Nope. Okay, had to try. Well, see ya. If you want to beat Bad Man's piano, you've got to do it now. Bad Man's piano? I don't think it's a piano that he's using. It's not the piano that he's using. He's doing this, but I can't, nope. Nope. I'm not gonna, no. No. It's not gonna happen. Absolutely not gonna happen. Alright, but how did your meeting go? Better than I had any reason to expect. Well, great. Ready to head out? Let's hit the road. Can I go find that mouse now? The mouse? To the mouse? Hello? Oh, I can just conjure up some cheese this whole time? Well, fuck. Conjure cheese, give it to him. I didn't know I could just conjure the cheese the whole time. Rat sniffs the cheese, makes a few delighted squeaking noises. He drags the cheese and just holds and emerges with a ring. Thanks, Mr. Rat. Did I need that? Stilton Splatter deals 5 sleaze damage to each target instead of 3. Oh, that is cool. But is it better than what I've currently got on? Extra bleeding. What do I even have that applies bleeding? Do I have anything that applies bleeding? What do I have that applies bleeding? Do I have? I don't know if I've got... Oh, my weapon itself does bleeding, doesn't it? Causes 2 bleeding. So if I took this off, it would still cause 2 bleeding. It just wouldn't do 4 instead. Or I can... do something else. I don't know. Bleeding's great. Don't get me wrong. You know? That's lovely. But do I want Stilton Splattered to deal more damage to each target instead of the less damage to each target that it currently does? You know, I have many questions, and one of these is this. Can I, upgrade that? Do I have a book for that? Book. Book. Little does know about the history of Mudhenge. Oh, that's an entirely useless book, then. Upgradable meteor things. You don't want to read that. No, I don't. Sure. They're just generally upgradable things, but I can't upgrade the other thing anymore. It's fine. Well, that's one thing off my list. I still don't know how to get barbecue sauce. I don't know how to get underwater breathing apparatus. Or 150 pounds of sugar. I won't be able to find that at all. To the big moist! The moist is big and wet and moist, funny enough. Where else might there be a fence? Does Mudhenge have a fence? Is there like a big fence around that? Oh, here's a grisly sight. The carcass of some kind of swamp animal covered in huge ticks. Oh, no, wait. Some of them are buzzing around in the air. They're actually wasps. Oh, haha. Turns out both things can be true. They're tick wasps, which are notable for being the only insect that can stab you with both ends. Whoa. I'm going to protect myself with my knowledge. Fortunately, you happen to know that tick wasps are deterred by high-pitched noises. You don't have the right frequency of whistle on hand, but you've learned a pretty good vocal approximation of it. It sounds like this. Eee! Tick wasps grimace and shoot you dirty looks and buzz away. I bet they would. I don't blame them. You know? Where'd the ticket lady go? Where did the ticket lady go? Didn't she have a fence next to her when she was here before? Oh god, don't get me stuck in this place again. Oh no. Oh, a rock. Hey, so nice, you can read it twice. What about the cave with the moonshiners in it? Do they have a fence? Found me, hello. You think lurking in the streams, believing the sound running is a delight? I'm great. I'm really happy for you. That you just had the just randomly while you're doing other things, just It's great, isn't it? It's wonderful. I am a delight. Yep. You find the arm of a traveling salesman sticking out of the ground. Given the condition of the arm, it seems like the body attached to it must have been down there for quite some time. The ring slips easily off the arm's finger because the finger is both wet and withered with decay. One or the other would have sufficed. I have a snake tooth ring. I can give the arm a proper burial. Lovely. Every time you try and dig the hole, it immediately fills up with water. You decide just to use a shovel to press the arm down below the surface and call it a day. Putting out of context. Eee! Again, look. Noises. No eyes. Great. I can't find another fence. No, don't know where they be. I haven't been to the Gateman Fortress yet, so maybe there's a fence. Oh. You hear a commotion, or perhaps a tussle, or a good old-fashioned ruckus nearby. Investigating, you find that several vampires have a Gateman pinned to the ground and appear to be trying to vampirize him. Ah! Hold still, will you? His neck is so scaly and tough. Did someone bring a drill or a can opener or something? Hey, leave that Gateman alone. I won't stand for your vampires going around inflicting your undeadness or whatever disease on innocent people. I think it's a disease. We aren't undeads. No, not like a zombie or skeleton anyway. The last necromancer was killed decades ago. Hey, stop that. You don't talk with your mouth full. Hey, stop biting that guy. Mind business. He volunteered. Anyway, I'm finished. What? Really? Drink blood. Power big. The Gateman stands up with a terrible red glow in his eyes. Drink blood. Kill busybody. Oh, jeez. Oh no. See, he has the inspiring glissando. He doesn't have the other thing, but he has this one, which is good. An inspiring song. You may indeed inspire everybody. Seeing as we're all poisoned and dying anyway, you might as well be inspired, poisoned and dying. I've always wanted to be inspired, poisoned and dying. You ever wanted to be inspired, but also poisoned, and then also dying? Sometimes. Sometimes. Why do you all have, like, so much damage to do? Why do you all deal so much damage? You know? I'd appreciate it if you didn't. If you just didn't. Oh. I know, man. I know. Whoa. Sure. Whoa. Swap gas. See you. Bye now. I know. I know. It's crazy, isn't it? You won. You can make a suitcase out of the Gateman's skin. Then you could have a suitcase that catches fire in the daytime to go with the one that catches fire at night. Ah, lovely. Now to the Gateman Fortress. Well, there's a tiny hole here. Hello. That's good. Put a tiny hole. Ah, shadow grease. These Gatemen aren't doing enough damage to each other for it to seem like a real fight. Either they're just sparring, or this is how Gateman arguments work. Either way, they aren't paying any attention to you. I can sneak past them by moxie, or I can just kill them. You'll carefully sneak up behind the Gateman, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Then you step on the screaming eel, one of the more aptly named forms of wildlife endemic to this area. Human trespasser, sound alarm! Hey, hey, alarm, kill human! A couple of other Gatemen rush out, not wanting to miss the chance to kill a human. Great. Wunderbar. Well, how rude. That was a good one to attack. Well done, you got rid of its shield. I appreciate that. Breathe deeply of my cheese. Breathe deeply of my cheese. You're both attacking me? Why though? Bonk. Summon my cheese! Rise, O servant of cheese. Yes. Can I murder anyone? Does anybody want to be the murderers? Let's set them all on fire. Fire in the cheese hole! Yes, look at this. Wow, I'm on fire. Woo! They're like burning and wow. Whoa. Let's get rid of the one that's gonna try and buff it. How about that? How about those potatoes? Huh? Bet you didn't like those potatoes, did you? No. Oh no, it burped in my face. Oh! What was that? What were those wiggly things? Put your wiggly thing away! Why? Goodness. Well, wow. I'm bleeding. There you go. Push. There we go. That's fine. Yes. Oh, that's not good. My cheese! Oh. Well, it seemed to have gone, this has gone slightly downhill. The hill was going down. You lost. The guards kicked your barely conscious body out of the way so they can fight each other without tripping over you. You realize that winning is better than losing, and you resolve to do better in the future. You gain the effect, trying again. Oof. What does that do? Oh, a bit more AP? Isn't that nice? I got aloof first, then I got angry, and then I'm trying again. Okay. You should try winning fights instead of losing them. Thanks, game. I hadn't thought about that. You know, I was like, maybe I don't need to. But actually I do, don't I? Okay. I now know that actually winning fights is actually like the best thing you can do. Winning. Okay. Yes. Summon my cheese, because that's very important to me, to summon cheese. You know, when you have to do that, you have to summon the cheese. Let's decrease you, because you're about to try and murder me, and I don't want to be murdered today, thank you. Let's set them all on fire. Yes, you know, we're doing the rounds. Set them all on fire. Okay, most of them are on fire. I could, do I have a nuclear bomb or something? I have a stink bomb. Sure. Heave a stink bomb? It's smelly in here. I could boost my own elemental armors. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, there we are. Isn't that lovely? I could reduce someone's moxie by 5 if anyone's actually using moxie. I don't think they are. You're using muscle. You're using mysticality. What are you using? You're about to whip someone. Is that moxie or is that mysticality? I don't know. You're whipping things with vampiric vines. Is that, like, magical or ranged? I don't know. I could shoot you anyway. Because I just feel like it. Or I could do 7 damage to you, and then you wouldn't die to the fire damage that you'll take. So that if I could do 8 damage to you, then that would be even better, but I can't. Maybe I'll get my cheese to punch you. That could be good. Okay. Well, let's hit you with this. There we are. Lovely. And then let's hit this dude with this. Even better. And then you can get punched by cheese. This is going better than last time. Or sucks a lot. Gator and Rage Joe can't do what he was planning to do. No. You want to whip my entire party. I don't want you to do that. So I'm going to hit you with this. Wahaha. Whip me, baby, one more time. Or don't, as the case may be. Sleaze! Hocus stuff. Cheese. Hocus cheese! Hocus cheese. And another one. One more to go!
I don't watch Batman, Paul.
She doesn't. It's true. Known fact. It was a very angry mod. It was, I'm going to shout mod at you because She doesn't watch that, and you shouldn't think she does. You won! Who said the frontal assault on the enemy fortress was a bad strategy? Sun Tzu? It shows what he knew. Right? What else was I supposed to do? Sneak past like some sort of sneaky person? Any stench armor to go through the filthy pipe? Do I want to go through the What is my stench armor at? Oh. Well, I don't think I can get that quite high enough. Because I think it's only sleeves armor and hot armor I can increase with books at the moment. Do I have experience? I do. I have a little bit, but me. I still can't read this guy though. I don't know if I'm supposed to. Oh, I can increase my meat drops. I don't know if I want to. Fine. Let's just go in the front door. What's the problem with going in the front door? Forge! Presumably for hammering on terrible gator metals. My goodness, there's a lot of gators in here. I realise it's a gator fortress, so, you know, I shouldn't be surprised. This bunch of gatormen. Wait, what's the collective now for gatormen? A cruelty? A depravity? A butthole? Anyway, this bunch of gatormen are so shocked or so drunk to see a human stroll into their front door they haven't attacked you yet. A butthole of gatormen? Is that the proper terminology? A butthole of gatormen? We're gonna fight this butthole of gatormen. I've always wanted to, you know? When I woke up this morning, I thought, you know what might be a good thing to do today? I'm going to fight a butthole of gatormen. Gatormen buttholes are going to be fought with, and they're going to go, oh no, not my butthole. What is one supposed to do when one's butthole has been forfeited? You know? Both of these guys are going to do a lot of damage, so... Fire? Do you want some fire? I like fire. Yes, I do. Oh, I do more hot damage to that dude over there. Oh, I do even more damage to that dude over there.
Yay, rubber!
Yay, rubber! It's a good thing to cheer about, you know? I could just murder this dude. Let's do it. Let's just straight up hit him in the face with some cheese. Boosh. Boosh. Oh yeah. See ya. Oh, goody goody gumdroppies. Oh, I'm so goody goody gumdropped. Oh yes. Look at that, he's burning, he's bleeding, and he's poisoned. He won't live very long. All of the status effects. Revel in my malodor. Oh, I can't just let him die from his status effects? I have to, like, murdering with effort? Darn. You won! Now their collective noun can be losers. I got a gator stick. I'm still collecting gator hide, and I can't really remember why. It's Charles, he's in a cage. It's a cage with Charles in it. Hello? Charles! Shh, they'll hear you. Alright. Why am I gonna see you, kid? I thought I was gonna. You're the adventurous type. You know how to pick a lock? Only with an appropriately shaped key. You'll have to get it off that later then. I think his room's down the other end of the hall. Okay, be right back. What about this room, though? Oh, it's a kitchen. The remains of an awful, awful meal. Even if the gatormen bothered to cook their meals, they probably don't cook them in an electric stove standing in 18 inches of water. Probably not. This is a kitchen, only in the sense that it's a place where food is prepared. There's nothing of value on the shelves, probably not even by gatorman standards. Oh, those fridges, you know, the ones hanging on big rusty change. Ah, the chain wasn't attached very well and the whole thing came loose. I've got a refrigerator on a chain. Why? It would be nonsensical and cruel to ring the dinner bell without making them dinner first. Nonsensical and cruel is the gatorman standard of behaviour, that's not saying to that level. Then what if I wanted? I can prepare them a feast. What, are you kidding? All the food here is days old meat with bites taken out of it. You'd die. Not from me, the gatorman. Oh, okay, I get you. Well, there's some big haunches, some sort of carcass strewn about. If you can lift those onto the table, you might have the beginnings of something. Let's prepare the feast. You poke around the cupboards, pulling out everything you can identify as maybe being gatorman food. mainly telling the difference between old lumps of meat and old lumps of mud by whether it's got the bone sticking out. Since you don't know whether Gatormen avoid food with mold on it, or consider it an essential spice, you compromise and only scrape off half. Then you pile all of that onto the table and garnish it with a sprig of parsley. Hopefully, this will hold the guards' attention for a while. Bon appetit. You bang on the bell with a discarded bone, then crouch next to the door. The Gatorman guards will stream in and immediately start fighting over who gets the juiciest lump of whatever those lumps are made of. And they don't notice you sneaking into the hall. Sneaky, sneaky. Do they have barbecue sauce, or is that wishful thinking? You know? Probably wishful thinking. Hey, go away! I think the Gatorman's taste in books is as bad about everything else in them. Ah! Keeping the rust of your iron fist. Don't eat your henchmen, tips for new rulers. Spot welding guide for ad hoc fortresses. Yeah, these are all pretty much what you'd expect. Except, well, here's one that seemed interesting. You enlighten bones and how to crack them. Oh! Bones and how to crack them. A treatise on bone pain and how to maximize it in your victims. Grants a combat skill, crack knuckles. I need experience. I want to. You skim through most of the really nasty parts, but you do learn a few things about knuckles that you're able to apply in non-torture contexts. There's a slightly more challenging chapter that delves into deeper knuckle physics. Wow. I will take the skill as it is, and I will upgrade it later when I have experience. But I now have crack knuckles. I can crack my knuckles. My knuckles are cracked. Like my soul. This hole leads down into a massive underground chamber. Oh, exciting. You found it! The least comfortable chair in the world. And a toilet. I have flushed it. I have gained experience. I have gained enough experience to crack my knuckles more severely. Brilliant. All from flushing a toilet. Aren't you proud? You study knuckle anatomy until you can't think about anything else. When you're finished, you crack your knuckles so loudly the resulting sonic boom disintegrates the book. Bam! Great. Refrigerator on a chain. Why do I have this? Neither the refrigerator nor the chain is in very good shape, but you're probably not going to find a better version of this very specific combination. Alright. I'll climb down. It's too long a drop for how scared you are of drops. Oh. What if I use the refrigerator on a chain? No? How do I get down there then? Do I need rope? Where do I get rope from? Nope, rope. Rope, nope. Nope, rope. Oh, that wasn't the door I came in. What's in here then? Oh, a chain. The shoebox is waterlogged. Real surfeit of nouns. Wide loafers. I want to wear those. Widens my gait. This is either a pair of shoes for two people or two pairs of shoes for people that only like to wear one shoe, but on both feet at once. Oh. Oh, I feel very stumpy now. A big rusty chemical barrel. I can fish in it. Ah, fish in a big rusty chemical barrel. I got a napping wetlands nasty bass. Brilliant. What else have we got? A drowsy slimy noodle fish. Oh, fantastic. More please. More fish. Yes. What am I getting? A sleeping dirty sandfish. Oh, lovely. The barrel says chloroform, and so does the smell leaking out of it. Whoa. Items on the shelf are all too nasty for you to look at, let alone touch. Grab the chain. If I'd grabbed the chloroform before, could I have, like, doused the food in it or something? Test the chain you found. Now I can climb down. Oh, private property. Scrap. Why is it all wiggly down here? Why are they moving things? Why is your private property all wiggly? Look at it. They're moving. You don't know what this object is, but... Oh, wait. It's got blood all over it. It's an altar. Ah. Where did he go? A weird pedestal. Touch the weird pedestal. Took a picture. Have I made a portal now? I jumped in. I serious, go away. No, I will not. This is like the weird technology you had in Over Loathing. Whatever this is extremely broken. Try to fix it. All of these blocks are clearly trying to move in a way that makes sense. They must have just got knocked out of alignment. Realign them. You move the blocks around relative to each other until they start moving in a more satisfying pattern. Assuming you're a person who thinks a smooth circular pattern is more satisfying than jittery sparks spewing chaos. Surely everybody is that kind of person. This has to be right. Yep. Can I use the device? What did it do? No, it's zapping me. It's zapping me. Good grief, you wouldn't have fixed it if you knew it was going to be so ungrateful. Ziggurat power? What does that do? Is it an effect or a perk? Sorry. Ah. You can use 3 additional combat items per round. Whoa, my dude, that's really cool. You've been blasted with a bunch of ancient lasers, and this has awakened the ancient laser power concealed in the mitochondria of your cells. Wow. Aren't I lucky? Touch the weird pedestal. Take a picture, go through the door. Hi, warning! Kill you! No! Come back! Ooh! Is this some kind of ancient temple guardian or something? It's shooting out a bunch of tightly focused beams of light that science doesn't yet have a name for, but which you can probably assume you don't want touching you. I could avoid the beams. Oh, look at me go! Oh my god, look at me go! I will! Oh my god, I'm so athletic! Oh, look at me! Oh, I'm avoiding them. I'm doing it. I'm flopping like a fish. Going the other way, please. That's it. Look at me! I'm spinning. I'm propelling myself with my legs. There we go. Brilliant. I've never felt more alive. And now I've turned it off. You worst! I destroy! Goliath kill! Oh, hello. Ah, he got squished. Wow, jeez, that thing really did a number on this guy. I could fish in this puddle of dead gatorman. Let's do it. Maybe there's a key in here. Oh no. Ah. Right. Waste not gator blood, wants not gator blood. Search the puddle. Oh, key. You poke around in the mulch until you find something that looks more or less like an old iron key, except kind of blurry. It sizzles and twitches in your hand as you pick it up. This has to be the key Charles mentioned. You look at that hulking Goliath at the end of the hall. There doesn't seem to be anything beyond it, and it looks like it could squash you in an instant. Best go back and unlock Charles. Make your way quickly back up to the room where he was being held. Oh, I can't fight the big thingy. That's a shame. You found the key? I think so. It's kind of weird, though. Yeah, I don't like the look of that at all. I bet dollars to donuts that that's the artifact we're looking for. It couldn't possibly be the key to this random gatorman cage in the middle of nowhere, then, could it? Well, it might have some kind of key-related powers. Normally I'd advise against using it, but I don't see any other way out of this mess. Here goes. Oh, the key shifts unpleasantly in your hand, buzzing and clicking through a jerky slideshow of shapes, as though searching for the particular slice of a higher dimensional object that will fit this lock. When it finally finds the right one, it jerks forward in your hand, twists, and the lock clicks open. Your hand feels numb. Thanks. Though, thought for sure my bacon was well and truly fried. Imagine a Charles. Let's just get the heck out of this dump. No further cause to stick around, apart from any unfinished side quests you might have, but you can always come back for them later to escort Charles back to town. You found the cursed artifact and brought Charles back home safely. I can't express how grateful I am. I don't know what I'd do without him. Thank you so much. Ah, it was well, it wasn't nothing, but, you know. Yeah, I get it. Don't forget to uncurse that thing before you go to bed. This key seems like it has the power to open any lock. That could be extremely useful. Would it really be all bad if I didn't uncurse it? Well, I'm not going to drag you into the machine and force you to do it, but yes, I don't actually know what would happen if you don't uncurse it. But I assume it would be pretty bad. Look, you uncursed all the other things, right? Yes. Great, so go ahead and uncurse this one too, okay? Better safe than sorry. Fine. It's fine though, because, like, it's... I usually blow my way into places, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. Can we play chess? Oh. The immortal king riposte! Bet you didn't see that coming. So was in my eyes. I can't do the rook skeleton technique. Oh crap. The shivering knight trick. Beginner's luck. The frozen bishop riposte. I don't have enough stench armor. Darn it. I don't have enough sleaze armor. I have enough stench armor. I do have enough hot armor to set one of her pawns on fire, though. Yeah, I don't have enough spooky armor. Set one of her bishops on fire, yes. No, I don't have enough cold armor for that one. Or enough stench armor for that one. Or enough spooky armor for that one. Damn it. I'm gonna need so much in the way of stats for this shit. Cursed key. Do I have... I mean, this ups my sleeves. And this ups my hot armor. But I don't have much else, do I? There you go, we've got a little bit more hot armor now. You never know, one day. You sit in the chair, which is surprisingly comfortable. I'm gonna... Wait, what? Remove your geese? What's this? Hey, Jessica, does this thing get rid of geeses? What's that? Plural goose is just geese. Why do you have geese? No, geese, like a curse, kind of. Oh, well then, sure, probably. Oh. Was I cursed for... I was... There was, wasn't there? Swamp geese. Oh, she wanted the boon in exchange for this thing's removal, but I could technically just remove it now. Oh, that could be interesting. She'll probably be very angry at me. But I could. No, I'm gonna do it. Do it. I want to know what to do. Inside the contraption, you feel a whoosh, a pop, and a little pain, not unlike having your ears pierced. And indeed, there's a spurt of pus that follows the procedure, although not from where you think. Oh, the geese is gone. Good stuff. Well. The key jumps up to the roof of the dome and sticks there, shaking and keening, that's the sound keys make, against the metal. The lights in the stone whine, flicker, and then cut out completely. Dang it. Only when the power is out does the key calm down, give up the most odious part of itself to the machine, and drop back down into your lap. Light returns to the store. Fixed it! We have a spare light bulb under the cat. Great. The key's curse lingers in the machine. It is itself an arcane lock, to be solved by only a protection of the consciousness. Do it! Oh. I have assembled everyone just as you asked, Detective. The victim's wife, the two men who were present in the passenger car at the time. I confess the truth of this murder continues to elude me, but I no doubt you are soon to enlighten us with your great powers of deduction and observation. May I inspect the body again? Though that wouldn't be fair to the other passengers who haven't had a look yet. I see. But I will tell you again what I know. At 11:13 a.m. the professor dropped dead in his chair after sitting down with his wife for a cup of tea. At that time, Mrs. Ryukenshi and Mr. Andretti were the only passengers present in this car. Mr. Perry returned later. The rest I leave to you to deduce. I leave to you to deduce, Detective. Fucking hell. I need a moment. Nicola Andretti, the businessman. Interrogate. The businessman Andretti adjusts his cufflinks. I told you I'd never even heard of this man. I know of Burgerworth College, of course. It's an excellent institution, but I didn't know he was a professor there. Now, come on, let's not delay our journey any further. I'm travelling with 19 suitcases of exotic rubber to make new and exciting wheels at the factory. Detective mode! You observe closely to see what you can deduce. Exotic rubber, eh? No doubt from the jungles of Almodovar, whose local brand of nicotine I smell in his collar. Of course, the rubber plants of Almodovar don't just yield material for bouncy tires, but an odorless poison lethal when drunk in hot tea. But why would this man abet the murder of a stranger? I suspect the answer lies in the resume on the table and the name printed on it. Martin Perry. Oh, I deduced the thing. Hello. Yume Ryukenshi, the victim's wife. The widow, Ryukenshi, dabs her eyes with a handkerchief embroidered with the words, mourning rags and wipes. A moment's privacy, please, Detective. I had nothing to do with my husband's death and no reason to want him gone. He was a kind man and not a rich one. Everything he made he spent on the roulette tables. He owned over 700 of them. There's the largest collection in the world. We were travelling to Yorba Linda so the mayor could give my husband the key to the city, but that won't happen now. Detective mode! You deduce that you should make some observations. Sometimes the simplest answer is the correct one. She says she had no reason to wish her husband dead, but the chemical stain on her cuticles and the fingerprints on the window above, which she opened to dispose of the murder weapon, tell the tale more truly. But the nose reveals even more. Observe the zigzag pattern of the medial cleft even, below the nostrils. It's called Petrie's philtrum, and it's a rare genetic condition she shares with Martin Perry, her son. Dun, dun, dun. Martin Perry, a youth. The young man is absent-mindedly but methodically disassembling and reassembling a fountain pen. It's as I said. Yes, the man was a professor of mine at Burgersworth College, and yes, he gave me a C and a D, but that's no reason to kill a man, wouldn't you agree? Besides, at the time of his death, I was in the lavatory trying to figure out what all the bits and pieces do. The perfect alibi, wouldn't you agree? Detective mode! Deductive observations wing about your mind. He's right. A mere C and D are no reason to kill one's professor. But is that the whole story? Observe how the boy tinkers with the fountain pen in the train lavatory. He fancies himself a mechanic, but he wouldn't get a foot in the door of that profession if his C and D stood for car dunce. Nobody would be able to hire him, unless the professor who awarded these ignominious grades died. In that event, every grade he ever gave would be voided, and this young man could take a plum job in car manufacture and start earning the big bucks. Wow. The trained coroner. Coroner. Yes, detective. I have solved this murder. It was never in doubt, detective. Now tell us all what happened here. The victim was poisoned by a giant dog. No, by his wife. What? Please, all become clear. With an exotic poison from the Almodovar rubber tree. To avoid Martin Perry's car dance grade so he could make tires for Mr. Andretti. Young Martin Perry dreams of working on cars, and his fresh ideas excite Mr. Andretti, who runs a tire factory, but Master Perry's professor has effectively blacklisted him as a car dunce employable. What to do? Kill the professor, of course, and void that odious grade. Here the plot becomes most wretched. Master Perry's mother, Yume Rion Kenshi, marries the professor and arranges for him to be present on the very same train as Master Perry and Mr. Andretti, who supplies an undetectable poison administered by Mrs. Rion Kenshi, and voila! And no more professor, no more card dunce, but one thing our three conspirators did not count on. Me. Was report. Thank you, appreciate it. I'm not ashamed, any parent sir would do the same. As would any manager seeking a new talent with interesting ideas about tires. You call someone a card dunce, you're branding them for life, and you're responsible for anything that happens next. How awful! 3 of them in it together? Tell you what, detective, at the next stop, they can all get out and take the bus. Sick business. Quite so, but a wonderful feeling, I think, to be possessed of great gifts, great powers of deduction and observation, and to use them. Here's another, a gift that is. Call it a reward, a mysterious owl ring. Thank you. Nice ring, isn't it? Look what rewards accrue to the powerful. Look how the world itself reveals itself at your touch. I must take my leave. I did it. Did I do it? Did I do it? Curse remains unsolved. Oh, did I not do it? Was that not right? I confess, detective, I supplied the poison that killed the professor. Well, wasn't it worth it? Look at this resume of Martin Perry. Look at these interesting ideas he has about tires. Bouncier, globular, backwards. It's the life of one man, worth more than bringing a new and innovative reels into the world. Yes, I did it so I could hire Mr. Perry, and I'd do it again tomorrow, and don't lie, detective, you would too. I admit, detective, I poisoned my husband, but oh, spare me the reproach. Wouldn't you do just as I did if some scoundrel of the ivory tower branded your son a car dunce? No, then I dare say you are not a parent, sir. You really are as good as some papers say, detective. To sniff out my C and D grades stood for car dunce. Yes, I put the whole plot in motion, of course I did. Getting called a car dance ruined my shot I had at a career in wheels, but the man's entitled to make a living, wouldn't you agree? It's the only way. Have I not solved the murder? I solved the murder. But the curse remains unsolved. I have solved this murder. So no, wait, what are you getting at? The victim was blown up by a giant dog with combustible flour out of sick curiosity. I must take my leave. Was I supposed to use the ring? What do you mean, the great power ring? What? Huh? I can't use the ring. Look, that opens this. What? I'm so confused. What? I gave you the power to bend back the skin of the world and stuff is inside. Do you want to live in the dark? Yes? I uncurse you. I don't know what I did. So, did that curse effectively try to bribe you into not destroying it? That's a little disconcerting. You look at the key that once harbored its shadowy magic. It shimmers in the light. You check your finger and pockets. No mysterious owl ring. You are reminded of the great figures of history who wielded incredible power and chose to give it up. You can't think of anyone specifically, but the concept is interesting to consider. Who's some famous person who gave up great power? He's not famous, but my dad never eats more than he needs to a buffet. I don't remember where I read this, but there's a rumor that Anne Boleyn had access to a tank but chose not to use it. No need, she said. Dan, you know who else had a tank? Walt Whitman. Interesting. Fantastic. This has gone so well today. Time to pick up a fourth store. Right. Kitchen store. Ooh, kitchen store. A fancy kitchen place, please. Yes. Thanks, Charles. You insert Flemberg's tiny web and shop on your desk. Time to get to tiny work. You find a hook on one of the ceiling beams and hang up your new refrigerator. Cool. Gator and beverages. I got a Gator and cola. Amazing. Yes. My crafting desk. Ah, a tiny workbench. I can make some fancy tiny workbench items. But what do I want to make? That's the question, isn't it? What does one want to make? What about a bucket of fire? Fantastic. I've made a bucket of fire. I have a bucket made of fire. What about cooking? Do I have any? I don't have any fancy stuff. Let's get some sleep, shall we? Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy. Disconcerting dream. Why am I tiny? Why am I tiny? My diary writes her day's entry. This diary is the property of Margaret, age 9. All others got to keep out on dependency of law. Dear diary, yesterday our dog Daisy died. Papa said it was bound to happen because she was older than me, which isn't old for a kid, but is really old for a dog. He said we'll get a new dog soon, but I was sad anyway. Some birthday. At school today, the teacher asked what we want to be when we grow up. I said I'll be God, because then I can make sure all the dogs live a long time and are always happy. Everyone laughed, and that jerk Billy Grisbly said a girl can't be God. So I said I'll be president instead, because it's nearly as good. He said a girl can't be president either. Well, I'll show him. I'll go make all kinds of laws about being nice to dogs, and I'll make being a jerk illegal too. So Billy Grisbly goes to jail, and I can't eat nothing but bread and water forever. So there. Your desk covered in Ocean City paperwork. On Dexter, your insufferable bean counter. See what he wants this time. What is it, Terence? Madam Comptroller, I merely need your signature on these budget provisions. With this, the remainder of funds currently allocated to municipal services will be redirected to your shadow presidential campaign and your other projects. Sounds a bit obvious. Rest assured, I'm only sparing you the details, which you have made quite clear to me that you find intolerably boring. The transactions will be meticulously obscured through the shell companies, cutouts, offshore accounts, and the like. Alright, good. You better not be skimming more off the top than I'm willing to ignore. Certainly not, Madam Controller. Time to record the announcement of your candidacy for Shadow President. Although your PR lackey is carefully trained to be just unafraid of you enough to tell you what not to say in public. Alright, okay. Attention peons! Oh jeez, don't call them peons, man. Please try for less totalitarian tone generally. Right, so something like my fellow citizens, good evening, I'm Margaret. That's weird, the levels went all funny when you said your last name. Don't worry about it. Hereby announce my candidacy for Shadow President. Vote for me or else. Nope, sorry ma'am, no. Ugh. Start out by explaining who you are. Most of them probably don't pay much attention to local politics. Alright. In my role as Ocean City's comptroller, I have made it my mission to help you suckers blind for my own nefarious ends. Eliminate waste and graft of the city's finances. Make sure you all get exactly what you deserve. What? Well, look, I get it. Double talk is fun, but it makes you sound kind of sinister. You're better off just lying. That's fair. In my role as Ocean City's comptroller, I have made it my mission to eliminate waste and graft in the city's finances. And I'm proud to say that I have been completely successful, though my program of shutting down needlessly wasteful civic programs thereby preserving available taxpayer meat for other things that actually matter. Things like mom, baseball, and apple pie. Ultimate power! No, I assume you mean for everyone. Oh, haha, yeah, no way. Haha, okay, things like family, prosperity, and freedom or something, I don't know. Perfectly meaningless, love it. Okay, then just call to action to top it all off and we're done. Vote for me or I will destroy you. Ma'am, come on, sorry. A vote for me is a vote for you. Oh, that's great, it's perfect. Good, is that all? Yeah, without the legal this message blah 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 campaign for Shadow President stuff in post. Get him out of here. Ugh, time travel makes my guts itch. This guy is a yokel, even by the standards of his time. Time to grease the wheels. Mayor Burby, I presume? Yes, who are you? I'm here to speak to you about the Crystal Dream Valley Dam project. I want you to make the dam bigger, and much more powerful. Here are some revised plans. A dam this large will flood the valley and displace hundreds of people. And besides, the dam as planned will provide a perfectly adequate amount of power. Why would we need to make it bigger? How about a handshake agreement? What? I don't know who you are, and you want me to agree to this on the basis of a handshake? Specifically, I'm offering you the chance to shake hands with the handle of this large briefcase filled with meat. Oh, well, yes, I think this new plan is quite viable. Good. This desk was carved from a single block of tedium, the raw elemental form of boring work. Great. There's a sheep here. There's a sheep in your office. Why is there a sheep in my office? Turns out that a lot of the president's time is spent on ceremonial bullcrap that nobody actually cares about. Case in point, the pardoning of the Thanksgiving turkey. None of your aides know what a turkey looks like, apparently. But find the damn thing anyway. Your desk covered in policy documents, both benevolent and malign. There's a note here about going back in time and making the crystal dam bigger. I'll get on that eventually. Your ridiculous court wizard isn't taking the situation seriously. Make it clear to her what is required. Give me a progress report on the SIT thing. Have you taken care of the problem yet? Oh, it's so dreamy and unfestive there. All that math and science. This isn't holly or jolly. Screw your damn theme. Your entire job is dealing with magical issues. I wouldn't have that do-gooding interloper messing around in a library when there's so much at stake. Get it dealt with, or I'm giving Crimbo's federal holiday status to the freaking groundhog. You wouldn't. Go! Get out of my office. Who is this evil woman? Some dumb jock kid you have to give a presidential fitness award to. Get it over with. Hey kid, how's it going? Hi? Brilliant. Alright, but the power invested in me as the Shadow President, here's an award for being able to climb a rope faster than most other kids, which is definitely important, and this is a great use of my time. Thanks. Do I get a speech? Whatever, I'm out of here. This miserable beast. President's drug, make rich! Yes, I know, and yes, you don't have to remind me of the terms of our two-word agreement. You're keeping your people mean and hungry? Yes, warriors mean, warriors hungry, good fighters. That's right, you're my ace in the hole, this stinking mud hole. Plenty of use for, so you'd better keep out on top of things if you want your make rich Keep everyone worshipping at the Gator Shrine too, but for God's sake, don't mess with the stuff in the basement. If you screw anything up down there, I will turn you into wallets. Get me? Up, I get. Good. Duty calls again. Get it over with. Oh, damn paperwork. How come nobody told me being president is all paperwork and talking to idiots? Sorry, man, but this unwashed mass is gotta be kept in line while we amass power. Yeah, fine. I hereby sign this order declaring July 12th National Bread and Circuses Day. All the citizens get a complimentary dinner roll and a free turn on the nearest suitable trapeze. Oh, man, I ain't sure that. Who cares? Coolidge, deal with it. It's even 4 anyways. It's all beneath me. Just go out. Wow. What's going on right now? Hellstrom, what does he want? Alright, Hellstrom, let's hear your report. Everything's fine and dandy, ma'am. I don't rightly understand what the shadow energy stuff is exactly or why you want so gold-drum much of it, but converters are spraying it out, slicker than grease and mice, so Gatling gun with plenty of slag left over to press those weird monsters you like. Finally, some good news. Did you meet the project deadline? Yep, though we'll need to expand the old drilling operations some more. Need to assign this permit so as we can expand lots into 210 to 240. Sure, whatever. Free turn on the trapeze! Eddie, you want the free turn on the trapeze? On this national holiday about bread and trapeze? You got it. Wait, 210, 240? Not the problem. My family's farm is 223. Oh, well, man, if you're wanting your weird black juice, we gotta get the regular black juice out the ground first. Alright, fine. Sorry, Grandpa. Why am I dreaming about this evil lady? Enough of this. Enough of this! You have no idea what's going on when you're on board. I don't know either. It was a dream about an evil lady. I have no idea. Dear me. Right. Is that... When I wake up again, do I need to, like... Oh, I do need to get all my effects back. Alright, well, let's touch everything in my room. Rub the crystal. Twinkling fingers. Good. I've already got a beverage. I'm gonna ding this a little bit. I'm gonna sit on this. Inherent stink. I'm gonna bite this. Fairy fisticuffs. Oh, yeah. How you doing, Eddie? How's things? Is that all the boons I can get in here? I think so. We got a sickle from a signal. Wait. We got a signal from a sickle. You know, the farming tool thing? It's over in Grey County somewhere. Mostly nothing but farms there, but there's a store that's been open since forever. The owner's name is Jasper. He knows Mary. He'll probably help you out. Here's a map. This is a dinner place map. It literally has a map of the county right in the middle of it. Oh, I'm just impressed that you found a way to give me an actual map while also still giving me a thing that isn't a map. Great. Good. Bit tired, but time to chill. This is good. Chilling always helps. Oh goodness. How's stuff? Stuff is good. Stuff be doing. It is stuff. I have a lot of editing to do and I'm putting it off because I'm lazy, but I really do ought to start all my editing that I really need to do, but I have so much. I still have so much. It's like I never had any, but then I had loads, and then I got rid of some, and then there's still loads. Oh, never ends. Never ends. Oh my gosh. Thanks again for the rescue code. I'm in corned beef hash with some salad eggs if you didn't show that. Don't make me hungry. Ah, it's nothing, Charles. I basically just followed your wrenches. Here's your wrenches back, by the way. Nice. Knew these babies would come in handy for something someday. Don't you, like, use them for, like, wrenching? Well, the 7/8, yeah. 255, 256, not so much. Gotcha. What's up, Charles? Got something you might find handy. I finally found the time to check out this old door behind me. Turns out there was an old bricked up passageway back there. Leads right to Cold's place. That's pretty convenient. Thanks, Charles. Hey, don't mention it, kiddo. I left without mentioning it. Gotta start somewhere. You really do. God. One day. I will. I'll make tomorrow an editing day. How about that? Do it at some point. Probably. Do I have alcohol for you? No, I don't. Anyway. What was the kitchen shop that I opened? I opened a kitchen shop. Kitchen shop? Kitchen shop. A kitchen shop. Can I get hit by a car? Again. Ooh. Hit me! Hit me, I dare you! Hit me! Hey! I dare you to hit me, car! Hello? No? They don't hit me anymore? No? Oh, they just drive past me. Okay. Yeah! Do it at some point. Yeah! Definitely. Woo! Get round to it. Yeah! Bonjour, my name is Anton. If there is anything I can help you with, do not hesitate to ask. Thanks! Any of your kitchen implements magical. I see you are a woman of discerning tastes. For purposes of safety, I keep little tales magiques in the rack behind me. I am happy to show them to you. Thank you! A cosmic sieve, an eldritch butter knife, a garlic press, a melon baller, mind whisk, pizza cutter, reality cleaver, and a slotted spoon. Well, I want them all, so thank you. Appreciate it. Now I'm gonna have a look whether I actually wanted to use any of them. Mine currently does mysticality, my mysticality damage plus 4 damage. And then I think I can add the bleeding to something else. Yeah, I can. I can add more to it. Oh no. That's just a weapon. It's not like a... I can still add the bleed to it. And the extra bonus damage. Which is great. Alright, can I filter by mysticality? No, not just, I can't, no. Fine. That's fine. Slotted spoon. That's 3 physical damage. 6 physical damage, that's pretty good, right? And causes bleeding. Oh, that's even better. That just reduces mysticality again, but that's basically the same as the one I'm currently using. 5 physical damage. Stench damage. 4 physical damage. 4 physical damage to all enemies. I think the pizza cut is the best thing. Deals your mysticality for 6 physical damage. You know? And then I can sharpen it, so I can add some bonus damage. So now it does plus 7 and causes 3 bleeding. And then I can add this. Excellent. So now it does my mysticality plus 7 physical damage and causes 5 bleeding. This is a significantly stronger weapon now. Is there anything else I can add to it? Or have I not got any other random strengthening what's it, my blue blues? I don't think I've got any more strengthening blue blues. Doesn't look like it anyway. Oh wait, chunk of lead, what does that do? Increases the damage of a weapon by 1. Sure. That does plus 8 physical damage. Wow. Goodness me. Isn't that strong? I have a toenail, I don't... Okay. Well, I now have a hefty disposable sharpened pizza cutter and I feel like I am achieving great things in life. Look at all that damage. Look at all those damages. You know? I still don't have any sort of breathing apparatus for under the waters. Under the sea! So, that's upsetting. But hey, I've still got my comfy taped up fine china helmet. I could add plus 3 range damage. I don't do the range damage, so I don't need that. Thanks though. I'll just keep my feather. Look at all those damages. Well, I'm glad I've been able to upgrade my weapon. I have so many fucking side quests still to do, but I can now go to the Grey Country. Well, Grey County, sorry. Oh, but I have things to do. Side quests. See, I need underwater breathing apparatus. Now Rufus still wants eggs. I need to somehow get more eggs from the sewers. I don't know where... I haven't been in the sewers yet. Where's, campus. Okay, app. Down into the sewers. Ew. Lovely. Meat. I won't say no. Hello. Yes, I feel like I've only got 2 tons. I need 3 tons. I feel like there's more eggs somehow I can get down here, and I don't know how. Anyone have any eggs? Oh, I've just left. Do you have any eggs? Eggs. 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 Does anybody out there have any eggs? Eggs. Whoa, it's very dark in here. Eggs. Eggs. No eggs. Oh, my eyes. Oh, wait, there was another door. There was another door, my dude. Eggs. Eggs. No eggs? Is there no eggs? Eggs! This is what I'm looking for. I want eggs! Eggs. Eggs. Do you have eggs? Oh, I told you that already. You know he's dead. It's fine. Is he dead? I don't know if he's dead, but he's not well. No, I didn't want to go this way. I needed to go back into the steam tunnels. Hello. Do you want some legator cheese too? Oh, fantastic. A knucklebone ring. Thank you. I'm sorry, I don't like it either. He doesn't like it. But his streak's safe, no problem. I will get you more cheese at some point, mister. Mr. Rat. Mr. Rat. God damn it. The barbecue wing. You would have thought you could get barbecue sauce from the barbecue wing, right? Would that not make sense? Because that's another thing I'm still looking for, is barbecue sauce. And I've still not been to the Hex Rock Mines. I don't know how to get to there. Eggs. 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 There's so many things, don't you? But, whoa. I feel like I got... Oh, I can fish in this? You to toilet. Toilet water. Brilliant. A mellow yellowfin. Lovely. Lovely. A nasty bag. I brought the eggs off this dude. That's fine. Hello, stinky cat. Stinky spoon. Was that... I need that. Squeeze armor. Oh. Thanks. Fish. Oh, I don't need any more nasty goo. Not enough nasty goo for one living. One living? One living. Climb up, my hearties, yo yo. Yo yo yo. Fish. Don't need more steam. But there's no fish eggs here. I don't know where you're supposed to find the last load of fish eggs. Oh, that's just this door, yeah. There's another random way down over here. It is, yeah. I can go through here, and this is where they're all swimming. We're having a nice relaxing time. Can I fish up more eggs? No, steamed water reef sprat. Scalded singing lungfish. No? Great. I don't know. I don't know where you're supposed to find these eggs. I do not know. I will assume maybe in the mines, but one does not know how you get into the mines. Barbecue sauce! Oh my god, I found barbecue sauce. Oh my god. Hello. Where was the man? Was he in fish and chips? I think he was. Whenever I play this and I say fish and chips, I suddenly want fish and chips. It's an ongoing issue. Tough looking goblins. Oh my gosh. Hey, you who are there, being a nerd. Who? Me? A nerd? Yes, a book reader weakling, you look like. This is nerd actions, not tough like Joclyn, which is us. I agree. I strongly object to being characterized as a nerd based solely on my appearance. Go for a chippy now, right? The problem with this game, it just makes you want chips. Definite nerd, confirmed very. You stand up and approach you, cracking the knuckles. Hey, what you doing? We're gonna swallow your head into a toilet. This is the fate of a nerd. Fight them. You have a little cheerleader over here. That's lovely. I'm just hungry. I don't know why. I just am. No? Just am. This is so much damage that my weapon does. It does 35 physical damage and causes 7 bleeding. Whoa. You know? Like, whoa. That's like so much. Oof. I don't really care what abilities I use at this point. Let's just do this again. Oof, oof, oof. In fact, if I did this and cracked my knuckles, this would do even more damage, would it not? Look at that. 40 physical damage. Whoa. That's some powerful pizza cutting right there. You know? Get him, Sucks-a-Lot! You can do it, Sucks-a-Lot! Yay! Good job, Sucks-a-Lot. You do not, Sucks-a-Lot. Whoa! Heck yeah. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Hello, did you want barbecue sauce? Here, Floyd, want some of the barbecue sauce. Holy cow, thank you. There's a big sniff of the sauce. Ah, sweet and smoky, just like Dad used to make. Well, just like the machines at Dad's factory used to make. Dad's job was just making sure the rats didn't unionize. I'll enjoy. I sure will, thanks for your help. Anytime. Do you have eggs? No. Do you have eggs, sir? Oh, greasy foods, greasy foods. So how else would one get to eggs? Bewitch the math. There we go. Just wandering around just gets you experience randomly. Oh! You haven't been buying your textbooks new, have you? Sure. Advanced Neurological Autonomy. Maybe that's is that a good book? Grants the perk of allowing to use an extra combat item every round. Oh. Brilliant. Your brain buzzes with the knowledge of what it means for your brain to buzz with knowledge. Your brain then tells you to donate the books to a local library, which you do, because you're afraid that if you don't obey your brain, it'll use its newfound powers to destroy you. Oh. I have an energized brain. Yay. You can use one additional combat item per round. Well, that's fantastic. That goes really well with the other thing that I had. That says that you can use 3 additional combat items per round. So now I can use 4 additional combat items per round. Wow. That's like 4 additional combat items per round. That's like, oh my gosh. Fight the shadows in this phone booth? Sure. Why not? Unlimited power. It is. It's a lot of power. You know? It's so much power. I'm feeling very strong right now. And I'm sure the game's gonna get harder, but, you know. Why am I bleeding? I'm going to crack my knuckles at you. Yes, you see? I'm going to set you all on fire. Yes, you'll see? Yes! I'm gonna do some sleaze damage just randomly to you. Yes, you'll see, you'll see. Absolutely, McTootly. That won't quite kill you. Can I do anything that quite kills you? I can, this won't, but... It will heal me. Yes. And then I can just hit someone with... Oh no, look at how much defense they have? They have so... You cannot take more than 5 physical damage at a time? That's so bullshit. My pizza color? Well, I suppose the bleed kills them, doesn't it? Yeah. Ow! Well, I'm dead. There is death coming. These tiny little gremlins are too strong for me. Because they don't take all the damage they should take. Ow. Obi, no! Obi, run away! Obi, leave! It's okay, we'll just keep wandering until I find the eggs. I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to do. How else am I supposed to find the eggs, you know? I don't have enough mysticality for that. Can I get enough mysticality for that? Because I'm assuming I've not currently eaten or drunk anything, as it's a new day. This, we don't know what this does. I'm going to eat it. Swamp shroom. Wait half an hour to see what it does to you. Swamp shroom. Moxie, hot armor, and cold armor. That's pretty good, you know. I'm not too upset about that. That's my food thing done. What about my potion? Toilet water? Alum water? That ups all my armors as well. Increases my weapon damage. Which still is, you know, useful. I can just increase my... Oh, I can have something else. Let's drink it. There will be no long-term consequences. Oh. We didn't do anything immediately, we just don't know. Fine. I'm sure that's fine. Increases melee, magical, and weapon range attacks by 4. But this was it by 5, so I could just do the one I actually used by 5. HP regen per round? Strong. Oh, that does mysticality and damage. Chemical chaos, but are you telling me it's done something? Oh shit. Oh, it's shit. Oh, I don't like that very much. Okay, no, I will most definitely inhale the spores. There we go. There we are, that's better. Well, that's that done, isn't it? What was the ring I got recently? Cracked knuckles increases your entire party's mysticality. Whoa. I don't think the magical weapons...
Why are you so angry with me? I only want your milk.
What are you trying to milk, Eddie? What are you currently trying to milk? Because it doesn't sound like it's going very well. Sometimes not everything can be milked. It's worth a shot, but sometimes things can't be milked. Yeah, I don't know how to get these eggs. I have no ideas. Just pretend we never saw the shadows. Well, I'm sure I'll figure it out at some point. Not this one. This one. Do you want the milk now? They won't let you have the milk. The milk. 3 dirty fences. Build a trap. I don't know how to build a trap. I don't know. Oh, in the sewers beneath Society and Ocean City. So have I got them all here and I need to go in the sewers of Ocean City? Oh, that makes so much more sense. Do I have a way into the sewers? Do I have a way into the sewers? How do I get into the sewers? It helps if you read things, I find. You know? Does anybody know how to get into the sewers? I could get into the sewers through here, couldn't I? Oh, I've got new things. Have I got any other new ones here? Dude. Brilliant. Oh. Today is the grand opening of a new banking concern, Secure Burris Building and Loan. Residents of Ocean City watched in appalled disgust as, during the opening ceremony, the maximum security vault door was installed backwards, sealing inside their savings and valuables for eternity. The bank's chairman reassured worried customers that the mistake would not affect operations. How to get into the sewers? Oh. It's not talking about the same kind of sewers as we're talking about. Oh my. What happened next? 10 minutes later, the bank was closed permanently. Banks! Can't trust them. Okay. There was a way into the... Was this sewers or was this just a trapdoor into a basement? Aha! Sewers! Hello! Hi there! I'm in the sewers! I'm going to find some eggs. Oh yes, scum-sucking muck flipper. You're a scum-sucking muck flipper. That's a brilliant insult, isn't it? Someone pisses you off, you go, you're a scum-sucking mud flipper. Whatever I've said before. You're a grody dirtfish. That's what you are. A grody dirtfish. Oh no. You, my friend, are a handful of dirty water. I mean, they're on varying levels of insulting, but... You step through the hole in the wall and down the short tunnel, and emerge in front of a whole crowd of yelling fishermen. This almost sends you into a panic until you realize they aren't yelling at you, they're yelling at two fishermen pummeling each other in a boxing ring. Looks like you've discovered the literally underground fighting league. Okay. This guy's complete fraction of the fact. The first rule is glub glub glub. The second rule is also glub glub glub. This guy almost looks human, apart from the gill flaps and the big fishy lips. He's either commentating on the boxing match or practicing to be a world-class gurgler. God damn. Well, we don't get any humans down here. Glare, glare, glare. You're better fight. Ask about fighting. Can I try on the fighting? Glare, 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 sure kid. Sure you can. No rouge, bare knuckles only, no weapons, plus this and just title bout and we can't interrupt it. Sharky and Charlie have been going for 21 rounds already, so if you want to fight, you gotta jump in there and beat both of them for the title. What do I get if I win? He holds up a large Tully's brass championship belt, which is heavily encrusted with glistening fishman eggs. Ooh! Ask about betting. I ain't complex you. Place your bet on the next round. You fight, you pick a rich player. Since you're here, I assume you're betting on me. I can cover that reasonable matches. Could be days. I'll try the no weapon thing. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Okay, let me at them. Take care of your funeral. What's your name? God night. Ladies and gentlemen, the new champion is your process. Fashion Janet Sharky and Tommy Lotrain for the championship title in front of Fanny Wise called Chumbucking Night. Hey, luck kid, you're gonna need it. Breathe in my stench. Joke's on you, I don't need a weapon. I have magical powers of magic. And cheese. Hee hee hee. This reduces moxie. Either of them... They're both muscle. I see. I've also figured out what the other button does. I can reduce your stats and HP. Cool. Then I can do some sneeze damage. Because I can. Splattered them. Or I could ignite them on fire. Fire the trees all! You know. All the things. And I can just punch him. Oh yeah. And you can punch this dude. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get those eggs. Oh, I'm gonna get those eggs. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get those eggs and the belt. All in one. Just punch him. We don't need to do nothing snazzy. Just punch the dude. You win! The announcer grudgingly gives you the championship belt. You scrape the eggs off and stash it in your sack. Fishman row, championship belt. Yay! Does that mean I've got all of the eggs now? I put my weapon back on as well. Oh, punch a man of fish and he'll thank you. Teach a man to punch a fish and someday he might win a belt like this one. Good time, no worries, Eddie. Melee weapon attacks. Boo, don't need that. I've got 3 rogue or fishermen's. Means I can probably go back to Dr. Rufus. No? No, maybe. I hope so. Rufus's lab. Have some more buskin. Get me some more meat. I don't mind. Hello. I've got the eggs. Oh great, just let me process these and... Oh, whoops, I misplaced a decimal. I only needed 0.3 pounds of eggs. Well, now I've got plenty of the scoop. You can keep the extra eggs. Hooray! Yeah, let me write down where the fish mother's nest. You also need this. I've got a municipal contraption. And now we just slather you with this foul-smelling jelly. Come back when you see me if you need it replied. Rufus's fish goo and his special rag. Double hooray! I have to go to River Bridge. I'll go to River Bridge. Oh, new and exciting things to do. Well, they're not exactly audible hiss. Several of the strange bar-shaped shadows you saw at the fridge factory slide into view from nowhere. They arrange themselves into a circle and orbit around the central point, which opens like an eye, revealing a diamond-shaped prism of black shadow. Man, if any of the geometry professors around, they would really want to see this. I'll just leave. Maybe just go find a geometry professor. They'll be better prepared for this. Maybe go look for one really far away from me. Yeah. I just want to go to the bridge. I don't want to fight shadowy things. There's a fishing rod. I want it. Cursed fishing rod. The ladder blocked by some complicated municipal contraption. There we go. Climb down. It's a nasty mud hole. It's a cloaca covered in mud worse than regular cloaca. Well, there's only one way to find it. I have to jump in it. I'm hiding behind the next pillar to the left. Come say hello. Oh. You look behind the bridge pile and find a hobo sitting there with a fishing pole. He wasn't even particularly hiding. Where you didn't see him before? Oh, hi there! You must have seen my note on the other piling. My name's Walter. Walter? Walter. This could be called Walter. Hi, I'm Code. Are you living under this bridge? For the moment, I'll probably move on soon because SIT students keep throwing weird rocks down here. But it's protected from the rain and the fishing is good. So it's a pretty nice spot to camp for a while. What about the fishermen? Those fellows with the glowing eyes, they were a bit leery of me at first, but they guess they decided I was harmless. Maybe cool the wolf fish I'd been handling rubbed off on me. Makes sense, I guess. Ask them about hobo code. Mostly fishing related ones, but sure, everyone should know the industrial chemicals dumping spot sign in particular. Oh yeah, I bet you get some real weird fish there. I got one with 2 butts once. You mean tails? Nope. Ask them about fishing. Expert fishery? Ooh, thank you. Expert fishery. At the hobo camp. Brilliant. I've sent another hobo to the hobo camp. Adopt a bank. This entire section of bank is kept clean and safe by the fine folks of the SIT Chemicals Department. Brilliant. Can I fish here? I can fish with my cursed fishing rod. Is this a good thing? Extra meat on the line. Is this what my fishing perk gives me? Extra meat? Yep, it sure do. Woo! Well, let's jump into the cloaca, I guess. Sounds lovely. You emerge from that disgusting hole into a slightly less disgusting cave. Although let's not be unclear here, the cave is still very disgusting. Wet piles of eggs litter the uneven ground, and you hear a quiet, gurgly breathing sound from the other end of the cabin. Rufus gets his stupid pearl. Just give me stupid pearl. Nasty eggs. Nasty, slimy eggs. Terrible eggs. Disgusting eggs. Revolting eggs. What's with the big crack in the world, though? Shadow Rift? Oh, oxygen. Okay, that's a problem. There's almost definitely the fish mother. Approach her. You're a smooth, melodious voice speaking directly into your mind. You are a cunning and wily human to have bypassed the defenses of this place. But thanks, don't ask how I did it. I already know. Fear not, the eggs I give my children to take care of are largely non-viable. It keeps them out of trouble if they think they have responsibilities. Why have you sought out this audience with me, human? Well, ask politely? Well, it's about the pearls. Ah, so you are a treasure hunter, are you? You who have killed 3 of my children, yes, I counted, have the further temerity to trick your way into my lair in pursuit of material wealth. It's not like that. Your words are the ashes of one of those whose pants are aflame, inhuman. I will grant you no such boon, nuts. I'll have to fight it for it, then. You mean if I hadn't killed any fish, you would have given it to me? Well done. Well done, one says. Well done. Yo, sucks a lot. Sucks a lot. Thing is, this was something I should have done a lot earlier in the game. I'm assuming I'm going to be fine here. So I can crack my knuckles. Oh, I can summon my cheese. I can boost my defenses and set everything on fire. There we go. Do any of you use Moxie? Don't think so. Oh, you might use Moxie. You throw slime at me, so yes, let me reduce your Moxie with this thing. Yeah, see? Yeah, see? I can do 45 physical damage to something. I'm just gonna hit you. Whoa. You can punch that fish. Oh yeah. Oh no, what am I to do? Ah, Obi! Obi, obo, hobo! Watch out, Obi, obo, obo, obo! Oh, it's getting all steamy. Why is it getting all steamy? I don't know. But it is. Oh, but it is. Yes, sucks a lot. You sucks a lot on the right one, don't you? Well done. Breathe deeply of my power. Yes, matter. Yes. Almost. Steamy. Oh, my cheese! How dare you? Go, Suxalot! Yay! Woo! Good job. You won! Hopefully that won't set off a protracted human-fishman war or anything. I got the fish mother's pearl. Excellent. It's fine. These eggs are fine, actually. Oh. Oh, hi. Teaming match of fishmen. This is apparently where the fish mother keeps most of her young. Go fishing. Fighting, actually. Ah, this is one of those unlimited fighting things again. But what about the shadow rift that apparently I'm gonna drown in? What happens if I drown? Oh, you don't need to breathe in here? Oh, okay then. Forming massive negative energy around the chalice-shaped object. It might just be a chalice. Should I ask Jessica about this next time you see her? Oh. Okay. I'll just go back then. Sure. Absolutely. See you later then. Bye now. Woo! Well, I did it. I did that. Not that one. This. I'm getting there. I need to give him the pearl. Which makes sense, I suppose. I'll go do that. I'll go give him the pearl. Stop complaining about me being a nerd. Arm wrestle. There we go. Hello! I got the pearl. Don't ask me details. That gross, huh? No questions. Wow, that pearl really is a beaut. I'm gonna have to go into hardcore analysis mode for a while. I'll give you a call when I figured out my next step in my plan. Alright. What am I to do with these extra eggs? Oh, he's cooked them for me. Scrambled fishman eggs. Thanks. Brilliant. Well, that's another thing done. Out of all my side quests, I'm actually trying to get through them, you know. I still don't know how to go underwater in places. I don't have anything for that. I haven't found 150 pounds of sugar. And, I haven't found the other fences. So, maybe I can just paint the fences in somewhere else. In the Grey County, maybe? Chapter 5. Ooh, Heartland of Darkness. Ew! This old watering trough seems to have been abandoned by everything except mosquitoes and collect some eggs, frosty flakes, and fish. Oh! Oh, you didn't catch anything, but Suxalot learned some tricks from the locals. 5 damage and healing. That's so cool. Okay. Old man is fiddling intensely with some kind of clockwork thingamajig. Hello. Excuse me. Looks up at you with the squint of someone who isn't used to focusing on anything more than 6 inches away. Can I ask you something? I don't get a lot of conversation practice, young lady, but last I knew it was standard to lead off with an introduction. Oh, sorry. My name's Carl. Gwendolyn Luguti. Luguti? Luguti? What is your question? Let me think. What are you working on? Hardest little thing I've been keeping myself busy with. What does it do? Nothing on account of it being broken. Typically, that's what makes such a thing interesting, but I need a replacement part, and there ain't much getting around to that. Another part. Mainspring. Not usually a problem, but I need a counterclockwise one. Kind of rare. Maybe I can find one for you. No, I ain't expecting much, but if you manage that, I'd appreciate it. Is there a clock part store nearby? I used to buy parts of a doll maker named Gilmore, but that rat Hellstrom brought out his mortgage and foreclosed on him. Ran the fella off without even the buyer leave. At least that's what I assume had happened. I don't know where he went. House is still there, but it's real spooky now. Spooky? What happened? Well, nothing really. Just when there was a fella there acting like talking dolls and normal, they seem normal. When he ain't there, they don't. Anyway, it's down the road a spell if you feel like having a look-see. Remember what I need's a counterclockwise mainspring. Alright. Who's that Hellstrom guy you mentioned? No, that fat cat old Baron's been going around buying up every patch of dirt big enough to drill a well into. I ain't want to talk about him, we'll get him soon enough. What's that mean? Don't mean nothing, just no man talking like old man crap. Well, be seeing you. Oh. Hello. All your people. Long-lashed eyes sparkle at you behind her spectacles. Her voice is a purr. Hey there, sweet thing. I'm Iola. Iola Kimundi. Nice to meet you, I'm Colton. Care to do a little favor, Colton? What kind of favor? I'm desperately thirsty. I need something specific. A glass of milk. Milk? A charming young man named Milkman Stan used to deliver the best milk in the country, but he's vanished mysteriously. The last anyone saw him, he was making a delivery to Drexel Place. Could you find him for me? Pretty please. Sure. I knew I could count on you. Here, let me give you directions. Bring me back a glass of milk once you find him, Kate, with that. Sure. What are you talking about? Oh, our friends and co-workers and so on. Zenio and I used to spend a lot of time reminiscing about them. But eventually it became clear we were just telling the same stories over and over, so we simplified it to just the names and made a little game out of it. Whoever says Norman the Crescent first wins. Oh, okay. Why is it still locked? Oh, the store caters to a very exclusive clientele, darling. We'll have to be friends with just the right people. Are you one of them? He smiles cautiously. Quite, yes, I try to say. Well, one good turn deserves another, they say. You wink at Iola, and she winks back. See you around. He looks you up and down with narrowed eyes and gives you a slight nod, apparently deciding you want the threat to be immediately pummeled into the ground. Hi, I'm Colt. Zenio Wakefield. Nice to meet you, Zenio. You look reasonably capable. Got enough time to run a quick errand? What kind of errand are we talking about? A farmer named Macmillican Cuddy borrowed something from me and I'm going to need it soon. That's all. Come, get it back. Couldn't be simpler. My experience is that nothing is ever that simple. You know the truth. Don't spend any trouble though. I'll do it. Good, here's the directions just placed. Just send Zenio needs a paperweight back. Sure. Alright. Turbo code. Do not let appearances deceive you. Good advice, I guess. Take me home, country roads. Where am I going exactly? Why are these like marked off? I'm going to go to the Gilmore house first. Oh, hey, there's a family living not far from here that did me a good turn last time I was through this way. If you don't mind, I'd like to have a look at them and see how they're doing. Squidge! Squidge! Did your meetings end? Did they end? Are they done now? Are you safe? Are you free? Are you free? Are you free, my friend? Are you free? Are you free? You better be after all that. I mean, Jesus Christ. Otherwise I'm gonna have to try and muster up some fucking more enthusiasm. You is for the pizza! This is good times. I am glad to hear this. I hope they weren't, too terrible. If that's possible. I hope they were fine. Not the pizza. I mean, I hope the pizza wasn't terrible. I mean, sometimes you just cardboard, and then, like, rubber on top. Terrible. What? And meetings were tolerable. This is good. This is not the day for meetings, but, they were there anyway, weren't they? Terrible. Awful, you could say, in fact. Great. Well, apparently we're going here now. I didn't want to go here straight away. You head for the farm, said Obi mentioned, and just you approach the clouds overhead crack and start pouring cold, hard rain. You rave at the front door. A rave? You rave? You rave at the front door? Quite soggy. Really? Let's hope someone's home. I'm going this way now. I wanted to go to the creepy dollhouse because apparently I want to get that over and done with. Ooh, a fence. Painted. Boom. Swell work. Real swell work. That's once, twice, 3 times a picket fence painted to turn the tree boy back into a real one. Those should be trees. Okay. Right. Gorge. This quaint and well-maintained farmhouse appears to be the only settled farmstead in the area. It must be lonely with no neighbours to meet or sugar to borrow. Those with the neighbours know that they can't go 5 minutes without asking each other for a cup of sugar. It's one of the main things they do, just trading the same sugar back and forth, never gaining anything. You wanted to go to the creepy dollhouse, are you okay? I want to get it over and done with, okay? I figure, you know, do this now. I never have to go back there again. You know, I still wanna do everything, right? Get it over and done with. You know, it makes more sense, I know. If I had a choice, I wouldn't go there at all. But apparently I don't have a choice in this matter if I want to do everything that's possibly able to be done that cat does in the game. Yes. What? Knock. Huh? A voice muffled and gruff shouts back. Who's that there? I like your farm. Can't hear you over the rain. I was going. Fine. Hello, you have funky hat. Hat? Hair. Hat. Head. Welcome back, Eddie! Oh, a pair of muddy boots. Much too big for my feet. Stomp. Oh, they stomp. So it's fine. Great little side dip. Anything in the farmhouse is great. Nothing in the drawer. Oh, shame. Hydrate. I can do that. I have water, but I have definitely been drinking. Don't look at that. It's very full. Fine. I've definitely been drinking that. The odd farmer is tanned and calloused all over from either a lifetime of farm work or a fall into the vat at the leather factory. At the leather factory, he's been tanned. Look at you, you are soaked to the bone from the rain. Quick, you must make yourself warm. There is hot spaghetti on the stove and towels in my wardrobe. Hot spaghetti? Oh my god, spaghettis. Thanks, I'm cold by the way. Everyone calls me bored. You're welcome under my roof cold and to share my food and warmth, but I have one rule by which you must abide. What is it? You must not look at my daughter. Ever seen one of these? You show out the ring of the Fraternal Order of Travelling Salesmen. Pretty funny happenstance there, the whole proverbial farmer's daughter thing. Grounds. It's just a ring I got from investigating a murder. Doesn't matter to me what you investigate, I simply tell you, you must not look at my daughter. Fine, I won't! Oh. Morning, critter. Ah, well, you know, you can see why the farm would have that rule. I didn't... Huh. Oh, what? I didn't. I thought maybe you had to interact with, not just turn around, and suddenly it's all fucked, isn't it? Why am I dancing? Why am I just dancing in the rain? Oh. I didn't mean to. I thought maybe I didn't interact. No house. Oh, I've fucked that, haven't I? Oh, there better not been anything important in there. Well. Word reaches you, weeps. Oh, I've said too many words today. Word reaches you that the folk in this land are in need of a horse whisperer. Specifically, someone to whisper at this particular horse named Jeff to stop eating horseflesh, because it's making the farmers uncomfortable. Well, is it ethical to tell the horse what to eat? I don't think so. There isn't any important there now. No, there's not. It's gone. It's vanished. It's gone far, far away. Nature's bounty has been violently extracted by the most monstrous machine. Oh no. Dead tree. This door is slightly ajar. Kathy keeps giving me socks with holes in them. She can't possibly be trying to humiliate me deliberately, but it's far too consistent to be random chance. Huh? Scary stories for spooky children. Better or worse than the Doll Factory? I mean, better because it's not as realistic, but it's still pretty nasty. You know? Edith's violin's too loud for me to relax at night, but if I take it away, she screeches horribly. I wonder if I can find her a smaller one. Regular human-sized toilet. Those newfangled plastic handheld toilet brushes you read about in the papers. I've got a newfangled toilet brush. Must correct Velma's mechanism so she'll squeeze the toothpaste from the end of the tube instead of the middle. I'm losing a fortune in wasted paste. Brush for 3 minutes. Why are they all talking about numbers? If you don't brush for 4 or 3 minutes, it doesn't count. I continue fishing. In the bathtub. Over the shower curtain. Oh, I do like the shadow grease I'm getting. I don't like the creepy music and the shadow pickle. I've got a shadow pickle. And this wet cigarette. Budum tish. Budum tish. Back again, what's the latest? Creepy dolls. And I made a house vanish by looking at a farmer's daughter. Boop. Boop. These dolls are telling me numbers. Fruity ice pop. Did you just hit me in the face? Where the fuck you? Wafered corn cereal. Something's defective with Ruth. She's doing twice as much of everything as she ought to be. I must have gotten her gear ratios wrong. Warm hands. I wish the boobs only cost 1 point. I really have egg on my face now. You got it from me. That's close enough, right? You can badum-tish yourself. Badum-tish. Hey ya! Badum-tish. All-sized chemistry set. Oh, I've got the counterclockwise mainspring. Brilliant. That's what I needed. Badum-tish. Badum-tish. Stuck in the rut. Every day is the same routine. Eat breakfast, get dressed, brush my teeth, exercise, work on my novel, go to bed over and over. Always the same. I thought the dolls would help, but they've only made things worse. I feel like I might go crazy. In fact, that sounds like a pretty good idea. I think I'll start right now. You only need 2 socks at a time. I don't feel well. I think Gladys put something in my coffee. Not just eggs like she always does accidentally. I believe this was purposeful. Perhaps I shouldn't have based their mechanisms on that strange old doll I found. Grace. I wonder where she went. Grace! She was in Over Loathing. I gave her like blood and she was like ran away. She lived. I want the socks, but I don't have the Moxie. You're gonna get so annoyed by that. It's not actually the most annoying thing I've ever put on my channel, so you know. If it gets too annoying, I'll just up the cost. Well, I've got what I came here to get, but I feel like there's still something I should be able to do here. You don't know I'm here, Terry. It's fine. You don't know. You don't know, Terry. You don't know. You don't know. Terry! Terry! Terry, no! Terry! Fuck you, Terry! Terry is a bitch. Terry is a bitch. Say Terry one more time. Just one more Terry.
It's a potato.
No, it's a Terry. You're really, really... Terry, I can't get past you. Terry, can you... Terry, 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 no! Terry, no! Don't do this to me, Terry! Terry, no! Terry, no! Terry, Terry, don't dodge my sausage. Terry, do you mind? Terry, oh! Terry, no! Terry, no! Terry, no! Terry, no! I'm going the wrong way, Terry. Terry, you need to fuck off. Terry. No one loves you, Terry. You know that, Terry. No one loves you. You know what, Terry? We're gonna have an argument, you and me. We're gonna have an argument. Do you know why? What was that noise? You growling at me? Terryception. Thank you for the bits, Andy. I appreciate that very, very much. That was a lot of bits for Terry. Again. Yeah, a contender. Absolutely. It doesn't happen very often, surprisingly. I don't know why. So it's okay. No one's spamming it. It's all good. Thank you for that. It's been a while. You know, it's been a little while since we've had a Terry. So, you know, it's good to get back to the Terryness. This Terry, the Terry? With the Terrys. And the Terry stuff. Oh. Yes. The first Terry of 2023. It is! The first Terry of 2023. You know what? One day I'll play another game, right? And we'll need to name someone again. And I'll name them Terry. I will. Just to keep it going, I'll name them Terry. Absolutely. Definitely. Abigail loosened the pins on my barbell. I've nearly dropped it on my head. She's definitely trying to kill me. I think they all are. Hellstrom can have the house and main property. I'm going into hiding. First, I'm going to tack these pages all over the house and make it clear that I'm insane. Then I'm going to go live in my bomb shelter. Especially as a doll shelter now. Whoa. Terry is Terry. There can never be another Terry. I've got no plowshare. Set the dials. Oh, the numbers! The numbers! Oh my god. What order though? Maybe Jerry? Maybe Jerry. So we have a 9, an 8, a 3, 4, 8. Wait, and 2, right? Brilliant. I've forgotten them all already. 9, 8, 3, 4, 8, 2. 2. Thanks, Squish. Is it that order, though? I wonder what order it's supposed to be in. Like, I mean, I can just guess. The order that I just wandered around them with, you know. Ooh. Damn it. The order of the daily routine. Oh. He did write it down. The order of the daily routine. He did write it down. He did. Where was it written down? Every day's the same, right? Was it this one? Okay. That noise, honestly. I post-it note. I've got badges on my desk. I need to put them somewhere. He did write it down. All right. So he need breakfast, which is the 4. The breakfast. That's the 4. And then he got dressed. Dressed. Which is the 2. Brushed his teeth, which is the 3s. Teeth is 3. Exercise, which is 9. And then work on novel. Where were you writing? Novel, bed. What? I don't know why it's the god-awful thing. Lou, thank you very much for the bits. I appreciate that. I'm sorry, I'll leave the room. I've written it down now. 8 hours of sleep at night. What was the writing one? Is it over here? Was it the 8? 8, 8. 8, 8. So 4, 2, 3, 9, 8, 8. 4, 2, 3, 9, 8, 8. 4, 2, 3, 9, 8, 8. 4, 2, 3, 9, 8, 8. 4, 2, 3, 9, 9, 8, 8. Did I give all the numbers wrong? He eats breakfast. That was the first thing on the list, was breakfast. No, that's this one. Breakfast. 4 eggs. And then he gets dressed, which is the 2 socks, no? Seems like a peculiar order. 2 socks. Right? Eat breakfast, get dressed, brush teeth, exercise, novel, bed. So the teeth is 3. 3 minutes. Exercise is 9. The novel is 8 and the bed is 8. Yes. Quoi? Quoi? Any other ideas? Any other ones? Hello. 8 hours of sleep. 2 socks at the time. The reverse? Maybe? Or maybe it starts with 8 because bed. So maybe it's 8, 4, 2, 3, 9, 8? No. I could try the reverse. Just out of curiosity. See if it works. 9, 2, 4. No. Hi Tesla, how you doing? 69, 69, 69. I mean, I don't think that'll be right, but I appreciate the suggestion. I mean, it's obviously a clue that says it's a doll shelter. You use the numbers with the dolls in the order, right? Surely. So why? Keeps giving you socks with holes in them. How you doing, Tesla? How's things? She's doing twice as much of everything as she ought to be, so is it supposed to be 2 for breakfast? We can try 2 instead. Stop throwing eggs at me, you cur. Your headache keeping okay? I hope the headache passes, but it's nice to try. Okay. But I'm doing alright. I'm getting by. I'm kinda hungry. But I'm getting by. You know? I'll try 2. Instead of... Okay, let's put this back into the other order. Or... Okay, then let's try 2 instead, right? 3... 9... 8... 8... No. Vastly improved by pizza. It's always... Everything is always improved by pizza. Absolutely. But what kind of pizza? You know? Kind. I don't know how to solve this. I don't know how to solve this. Ah, egg. Oh, I got some things. Hello, Jessa. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm gonna leave, because I don't know how to do this puzzle. We can come back to it another day when I'm feeling this, you know. Hungry. Dumb. I don't know. Is that possible? The small lake of oil defiles a landscape, and so does the guy taking a bath in it. As you draw closer, you see it's not a guy at all, but a man-shaped oil creature stewing in his own juices. He's nude, but for an oversized Stetson. Well, you assume nude. Who knows what he's wearing downstairs? Maybe more Stetsons. Nice hat, he says, raising a slick fist. Give it. No! Absolutely not. Hardly anyone will follow through on the thread if they have to get out the bath to do it. Indeed, you're barely 10 yards down the road before the old man is barking at the birds about their lack of hats. I'm not giving him my hat. What is this? What is this? Oh, a jewelry case. Lovely. What is this? Why is it so much higher quality than everything else I've ever seen in this game? What? What? Impenetrable wall of core that pushed through the impenetrable wall of core. It's not that impenetrable, is it really? Cold things? Popcorn machine? Broken popcorn. Cane oven. Feel like I can fish in the wash tub. Double Dexton's back. Super gooey pizza. Oh, mate. This is a good choice. No wonder your day was improved. How could it not be? You know, unless it never arrived, but it did. You know, I mean, technically you have to go get it, so it can't not arrive, can it? You know. How those designs on the bottom, but whatever they are, looks suspect. What? Are you saying some of them look like dicks or what? What's going on? I've got soapy water. At a glance. Oh no. The crows in this place must be absolutely terrifying if this crazy thing is necessary. Using this freaky trip, I gotta try and fight the scarecrow. Where is Obi the Obo Hobo? I have lost Obi the Obo Hobo. Where is Obi the Obo Hobo? Hello? Where is Obi the Obo Hobo? Probably just you? Just you seeing dicks? Seeing dicks, my friend? You seeing dicks? You're a dick seer? One of those people that sees dicks? Whoa. Who needs Obidi Obo Hobo when you can just murder things? Wow. I've got a scarecrow hat and a severed scarecrow face. Oh. Did I want that? That Tessa, he's such a dick seer, right? Terrible. Who wants that as a tile, huh? Such a dick seer. Well, that was entirely pointless. Oh, my Mr. Couchy's not high enough. Oh, hello, I'm going to fish in your pot. Do you mind? Takes a dick to know it. What? What the magic wand is. Magical. Yeah. You're not wrong. Magic wand, it's magical, isn't it? And nothing else. You have shadow salad in your pot, sir. You have a shadow rope in your pot, sir. Did you know? Dio's shadow elixir in your pot. There's a lot of things in this pot. Did you know? Shadow milkshake. I'm still fishing. Shadow grease. It's still going. I have not located my missing Obo Hobo. I completely forgot. I was outraged that he wasn't there for the fight, and then as soon as the fight ended, I was like, what? Who? What Hobo? I've entirely forgotten about him. Thank you for reminding me that I am missing an Obo Hobo, and I don't know where he is. Why can I just eternally fish from this pot? Why is it not... That's enough corn for one day. Okay, fine. Hello, who are you? Corn man? Corn man! Hi there, I'm Cornelius. Pleased to meet you. Hi, Cornelius. Corn is what I'm up to, friend. Up to my neck in it. All that around here, yeah. Poor Opie. I forget about him. I'm sorry. Sure is, and let me tell you, I couldn't be happier. When you're a hobo, your food options are a bit scarce, you know? But you can just do about anything with corn. Muffins, fritters, bread, pudding, tamales, got the cobs, you name it. Tamales on the cob, muffins on the cob. You could put a muffin or a skewer and nom it, and you'll be fine. Is your name really Cornelius? That's right, I don't believe in destiny, but it's a pretty wild coincidence, ain't it? Whew, I was afraid this was going to be the sort of routine where you hadn't noticed I'd have to explain it. Nope, in fact, I think my name's probably the main reason Billy sent me here. Who's Billy? Oh, we don't talk about Billy. What? We don't talk about Billy. Do you know any hobo code? Yeah, well, corn-related hobo codes, but thank you. How about the hobo camp? Yeah, there's a big hobo camp, something up near Ocean City. Got a nice community going. Be better than this cornfield, for sure. Convince him to go to the hobo camp. Tempt him with magic. I need more mysticality. How does one be more mystical in their lives? There was a lot in that pot, I know. Well, they're limited now because I've taken all of the shit out of there and cigarettes. I need mysticality. I don't think I can get mysticality. Unless I have something that boosts it that I'm not using. Like some sort of strange human. Like some sort of strange person. Anything that... This will briefly up my mysticality, so let's just do that. Tempt him with magic. I get you reluctant to leave all this corn behind, but the other hobos at the camp could really benefit from it too. As magic, I can probably set up a small, specific use portal for you. A cornhole. Cornhole, yes. I've set up a cornhole for him. I took his shadow pickle. I did. I stole his shadow pickle from his shadowy pickly pocket. And he does not have it anymore. I've got a refrigeration coil now too. I don't know what you would store in a shadow pickly pocket other than the shadow pickle, but I took it. And I keep fucking. Right. Can we put the right thing on? Please. My emerald necklace of the frog god. Okay. Why am I here? I don't know why I'm here. Where is my obo hobo? Oh, the obo hobo, where are you? There he is. Hello. You can't push through the corn, I guess. Cool. Whatever. Whatever. See if I care. Eat store. I have things for you. I don't have the mysticality to tend the garden. Flowers give up and die, tomatoes roll down the road into traffic. Carrots grow in reverse until they pop out of existence. It is not my soul to tend. Hello, I've got this thing for you. As soon as you've proven yourself the helpful sort, I'll have them let you in the store. Pretty much all of us around here got a thing or two Q's doing. Sarcasm over here. It's well. Thanks. I'll be seeing you. Oh. Hello. Hi there, I'm Cole. Howdy. Pixie's the name. Grover Pixie. This might be a real fortuitous encounter. You got a minute to help an old man with something? It's a chess thing. I'm afraid I'm not your girl. I'm speaking the wrong things. That's fine. What do you need help with? A bag of fertilizer. I came here a week ago to pick one up and completely forgot they don't sell it here. So I've just been playing chess with Farina instead. Been playing chess for a week? Well, you know how it is with games. Just one more round, you say, and the next time you look at the clock, it seems like it must be lying to you. Anyway, I've been meaning to go to Grove Valley Orchard and see if they've got any fertilizer to spare. If you happen to find yourself out that way, you could do me a real favour. Sure. Sure. Am I talking swimming too? Yes. Yes again. Yes. Yes, one is able to. Hey there, how's it going? Name's Farina. I'm Cole. Nice goggles. Thanks. Did you cop a gander at my sweet breeze around front? The car? I was wondering why it was tied to a hitching post. A lot of horsepower in that baby. I gotta keep her under control. I get it. Say, what is your pretty handy and problem-solving kind of way? Do you think you can help me out with a little something? Sure. You see, my buggy is a real dynamo, but once you taste that kind of power, you're always yearning for more, am I right? You want something to make it faster? I don't know a whole lot about cars. Otherwise, I'm not looking for advice. I already got my people set on a particular goal. There's no Ford factory compound not far from here before they shut down a while back. They was working on a new kind of engine, one made of beans. One made of beans. Beans? Are you serious? As the day is long, I wouldn't have believed it either, but I saw a test run of the prototypes. Man, it ran like lightning, right up till it exploded anyway. What is they fixed that problem though? Just had to switch it to a different kind of beans. And that final pre-production engine should still be in the factory. I just need someone to go schnappel it for me. Ford factory. It's an escort mission. Terrible. As far as I know, the factory has been abandoned for months, so it ought to be a lead pipe cinch. Just grab the engine and go. How's the chess game going? Too easy, honestly. Grover's too cautious. You want to know the secret chess? Sure. Try the middle and make everyone else get out of your way. Just like driving. And now I think about it, life. Wendell refused to ride with her until he entered the airbag. I see. Wow. Bison feed, heavy feed, lamb feed, mule feed, pig feed, lamb feed, hen feed, rooster feed, steer feed, sheep feed, donkey feed, rabbit feed, sheep feed, cattle feed, goat feed, rabbit feed, lamb feed, hog feed, buffalo feed, rooster feed, hog feed, sheep feed, eel feed, donkey feed, buffalo feed, ram feed, horse feed, rooster feed, hog feed, rabbit feed, ram feed, bison feed, lamb feed, goat feed, sheep feed, lamb feed, buffalo feed, ram feed. There's just lots of feed there. Oh. Sorry. I changed the music. It was so dramatic. I studied SIT and I actually never learned my teacher's name. Must every transmitter in the world stop broadcasting for 60 seconds in case any Martian signals squeak through the radio. And have they? I don't know, you've changed the station. Sorry. Like the poke rap of feed, yeah. No one's better. Mars was never my favourite planet anyway. Too much silica. Name's Oskaloosa. Oskaloosa Barnhill. That's right, my maiden name is also Oskaloosa. Have you any help, my friend Gwendolyn? Are you looking for more work? Oskaloosa. It's an unusual name. My folks named me after the town where they met. Oh, where was that? Oskaloosa. It seems I'm always looking for work. Is that so? How'd you like to go out to space? Sure would! Yeah, me too. But the closest you and I are going to get to space, I think, is a little piece of it inside Amon Modros's place. A little piece? What, like a meteorite? Exactly that. A genuine chunk of the cosmos. Landed right in Amon's lap. And between you and me, it's not right. The only thing emptier than outer space is that man's head. A meteorite, even just a little piece of it, it ought to be in the hands of someone who'll appreciate it, take care of it, understand me? You want me to steal a meteorite? Which ought to be a piece of cake, because just the other day a whole Molros family mysteriously disappeared. What? You'd be able to roll right on them, but I bet. What are you playing with? A puzzle box. A real tricksy pig of a puzzle too. Maybe I could solve it for you, but then I wouldn't have solved it, and I know what type of lot to put on my cell. Okay, fine. Oskaloosa. Brilliant. Wrong code, Jughead. Oh. God damn. Back in the now, someone scored right. Oh, it's gotten dramatic again. What am I doing? That was a lot of things to do. Is that... Did I read that? I did read that. It's fine. Should we go to the orchard? I have to go to the Mac farm too. The wind blows an old sheet of paper into your face with a flap. Kind of nostalgic. You peel it off and read it. Izzy, I stashed the meat from the bank job under the old burnt tree. Meet me there Tuesday to divvy it up. Don't tell Ma I will have cut that dumb palooka at the deal. You look around and discover you're standing next to an old lightning-blasted oak tree with a hole dug next to it. 3 skeletons are lying around the hole with rusted pistols still clenched in their hands. In the hole, you find a big burlap sack with the symbol for meat stenciled on the side. Nice. I mean, if you're going to rob a bank and only get 26 meat out of it, then you're doing something wrong, right? What the fuck have I just found? Do you have a worm problem? Do you have an issue with worms? Do you have worms in your cherry? Hi, I'm Maggie. Welcome to Grove Valley Orchard, I guess. Hi, I'm Cod. You seem to have a worm problem? Yeah, I'm pretty conflicted about it. On one hand, I'm an anti-capitalist. On the other hand, those worms are really bad for business. Yeah, it's a tough one. Do you have any spare fertilizer? What do you need fertilizer for? Well, it's not for me, it's for a guy, though. Don't be cagey about it, it's just fertilizer. It's not drugs or pornography or anything. What? No, honestly, it's for someone else. Well, I do have plenty. I could give you some in exchange for helping out with these worms. Sure. Well, look, the basement. The worms tunneled into it. She should be able to follow the tunnels to their nest. The produce stand has a basement? It doesn't even have a roof. The guy who built it was really into basements. Roofs, not so much. I didn't have the heart to insist. I see. Where is it? Behind its pile of cinder blocks. Help me move them out of the way so you can see it. Brilliant. There you go. By the way, watch out for Maraschino down there. Who is Maraschino? Our cat. Last line of defense against the worms. Also our kind of a first line. Not very effective. Hard to explain communal labour practices to a cat. True. Hello? Kitty? Machine appears to be missing a part. A worm gear. I don't have a worm gear. Why is it a stanky hole? Ooh. I can go into this... Oh, a stanky hole is filled with naturally spelling broodworm offal. Ew. I've got some now in my pocket. Ew. I'm crawling through a hole. I'm not lithe enough to squeeze through this opening. Why is everything so much more than, you know, now I got stinky pockets. Now I got stanky pockets too. You know? I got poop in my pocket. Oh look! Deploy secretions. 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 Squishes. That's it. A sloppy little pile of worm egg casings. You fiddle with the eggs until your hands are coated in smelly worm fluids. Ew! I've got secretions on my hands. Oh god, where am I going? Why am I crawling through very tight tunnels? Oh, I see. It just... Oh, I could have gone around? I see. Apply secretions. Whee! No, it's poo. We're close. Tunnel is lubricated with worm goo. It would be the work of a moment to plunge through it. I'm not sure what this is, but it shrieks of worm flesh. Oh, I've surpassed these worms. Hydrate, I can do that. Road worms. Grody, dude. Lovely. Stench armor, though. Can I get 7 stench armor? Wrong button. What is my current armor of stench, actually? Hang on, let's look at this. It's currently at 4. Can I get up to 7? I should be up to. Not this. There was something else I had. What was it that I had? I had a rag of some description. Did I not have a rag of some description? A rag. Here it is. Brilliant. Fragrant growworm secretions. Oh, lovely. Secretions. It's secreted.
It's a potato.
No, it's definitely not a potato. Not one of those potatoes, let me tell you. Do the goo! Hooray! Goo for everyone! This distressingly large ball wormhole. Oh, many rocks. Tiny rocks. Anyone want tiny rocks? Oh my god, that's a large wiggly. This is a large wiggly. Oh jeez, this is a very large wiggly. Even I wasn't expecting it to be this big. We're going to find a large wiggly. Everyone's going to have a good time. What a beautiful place. I'm jelly happy indeed. I'm cracking my knuckles and I'm summoning me cheese. Brilliant. Brilliant. I'm gonna set this worm on fire. Lovely. And then I'm going to hit it with my pizza cutter. And almost kill it. Almost. What's this random ass roll dude doing here? I don't know. No idea. Punch it. Kill it. Off it. There you go. You won! The giant worm shrieks and retreats into the burrow. You hear rumbling sounds throughout the cavern as the rest of the worms follow its lead. It leaves behind enough loose skin for you to quickly make a pair of boots out of. Ooh, worm skin boots! What do I do with those? Put them on my feet, honestly, but what do they... Makes you move like a worm. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, look at me go. Oh, yeah. I'm a worm. Ah, shite, I don't have enough hobo code. I'm a worm, motherfucker. I'm a worm, I'm a worm, I'm a worm, motherfucker. Get me through this hole like a worm, babe, going through the holes. Down through the worms. Gonna get back through the worms. Excuse me, coming through, going back. Oh yeah, going this way. Like a worm, I'm a motherfucking worm. I'm a kitty cat. Hello. I have a worm stench, sorry. Am I not fragrant enough? Apologies, kitty. I'm not fragrant enough to touch this kitty. I'm a motherfucking worm. Oh. Okay. Cannot go into the tiny house. Excuse me. I dealt with the worms. I noticed. Help yourself to the fertilizer down there if you didn't already. And let me throw in a little bonus. We experimented with preserving our cherries in jars, but nobody brought them. Probably because nobody wanted 5 gallons of them all at once. Yeah, we named them after the cat, but kitty cherries. I've got a 5-gallon jar of cherry. You know, it's a little weird that we got through this whole deal without ever referencing The Cherry Orchard by Anton Chekhov. Yeah, I guess I never read it though. Yeah, me neither. Can I buy some cherries? It's not cherry season. When's cherry season? Who's to say? What season is it now, Ian? I think canonically it's October. Definitely not cherry season then. Okay. Well, I've got loads of cherries for some reason now. Brilliant. Should we go to the Ford compound? You notice an especially strong petrochemical smell nestled in between all of the medium-strength petrochemical smells regions full of. It's rabbit season. Glance in the direction it will smell and see a big pool of crude oil writhing around and bubbling to itself. I'll check it out later. Bubbling ooze. We've gone to the Ford place. Oh, beans! This doesn't look good. It's a festering pile of decomposing soybeans. Why are there flying beans? Wherever this building was, it isn't one anymore. A tumultuous bean storm is preventing access to this bunkhouse. You should find somebody who knows more about beans than you and ask them how to deal with this. Beans! I have been stopped by beans. Beans. Oh my god, look at the angry beans. This reminds me of my bean buddy from West of Loathing. I had a buddy, like my cheese that I can summon, I had a bean. I miss my bean buddy. Oh god. I'll fight the bean monstrosities. You know, try and forget that they looked like my buddy. My beanie buddy. Ow! That was a lot of damage that you just did to me. Oh, that was a lot of damage you just did to it. Oh. My aroma frightens you? What if I were to crack my knuckles and set everybody on fire? There you go. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I could kill one of you. You. Yes. It's okay, sucks a lot. He's still okay. He's not sucking a lot. Yes. No, sucks a lot. Take the bean down. Yes. Yes. A loose fist bean. You won. Now that's a beans. Has been. Was been. Was been. Was been. All bean monsters. Whatever the Ford company was trying to do, it doesn't seem to have gone normally. Beans. Ow. That could have been better. Can you smell me? Hello? Stench. Got 99 physical armor. My god, that's like a lot of shit. It's fine. Floats away on the breeze. There we go. More beans are dead. Ah, another loose fist bean and the rotting soybean. Excellent. I've got the factory key and searching this thing. You flip through the folders, it looks like they're employee records, but each one has been sealed in its own envelope. They must take employee privacy real seriously around here. Nothing weird or interesting, Ashes your eye. Look for my file. What do you mean your file? No, look, you never worked here. Sure I did. You did not. Stop that. Found it. Can't I see? What the hell? How are you doing that? I've just worked in other places. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. I just get around. Oh, I get around. The envelope is firmly sealed, and the Department of Labour regulations demand that employee records envelopes be opened only one with the proper tools. That is, an actual letter opener, not just your finger or butter knife or something. France. I don't have a leather opener. My god. What is this weird ass these weird ass stickman bean monsters going on here? Ow. What is going on? Something going on in here. Lots of beans. Many beans. Crack my knuckles. They are human beings. They are human beings. Pieces of the cosmos have arrived. Boop. I can boop the beans. Human boops. Yes. This will do nothing to you because you'll have resistance. You'll have defenses. I'm going to hit you. You cannot blast me with beans. I say no. I say no. This is problematic. I think I'm dead. Yes. These beans are too strong for me. I will have to come back when I'm more powerful, I guess. You're 16. I enjoy annoying the narrator in this. Hello, someone there? Oh, hey, a person! It was me. Please, you gotta let us out of here. We've been trapped for ages with nothing to eat but beans. Okay, where's the key? Actually, we welded the lock shut so the bean monsters couldn't get us. You'll need a Jenkins head screwdriver to take the hinges off. A what kind of screwdriver? Jenkins, it's sort of an X shape. One of our mechanics invented it. He got the patent this year. Wow. Yeah, some guy in Oregon named Philip was super mad. Anyway, there should be one in the bunkhouse. In the bunkhouse? You mean the bit that I can't go into? Well, it's not very good, is it? I will have to return once I have gotten stronger, unless I have experience now. Off to beat beige food, so that sounds like a good time, Andy. Sounds like a very good time. Have a lovely terror-free evening. Enjoy your beige foods! Thank you very much for hanging out. It's good to see you. I do have experience. I can do things, such as reading books, and that's it. Oh yeah, I never read the scary stories for children. Nightmare Ally, get spooky armor. Sure. This book was banned at school when you were a kid. The principal didn't think stories about dentists eating patients' teeth were appropriate for children, which is funny because it's exactly what ended up happening to him. And then you did have to hear about it. Dare you read on? Yes. Our story is too gruesome for words. Literally, it's full of colour illustrations of alligators squeezing into a school bus through the exhaust and eating all the passengers. Chilling, and all the more so because it could really happen. Nightmare Ally. Okay. Second story concerns a group of children who trade baseball cards at school. It's fun and games until the baseball players pictured on the cards come to kill the children. This one really happened. Wow. I might as well increase my meat drops. Just because I've got the experience. Let's up my hot armor. Why not? Okay. I can also up the sleaze armor. Yep, that's fine. Read more spooky stories. Why not? There we go. Love it. Love it! Delightful! Impressive, don't you think? It's not... Well, it's made me more defensive, but it's not exactly made me much stronger anyway. But hey, you know. I'll find more books eventually, right? And then it'll be even stronger. Even more strongerness! I'm going to have a look at the burbling ooze before we wrap up today. A gang of elven creatures rust you on a dirt road and show you a provocative flip book that you've guessed they've drawn themselves. Nasty pictures in there. Could I just ignore it? The elven creatures insist on giving you the flip book. Protesting loudly, you try and push it back into their hands. You're still in the middle of that when the school bus drives past and all the children on board see you looking at that thing. I'm now embarrassed. It's not mine, I don't like this! What does that do? Embarrassed makes you weak to sleaze damage? Ah, darn it. Brilliant. I can fish in the bubbling ooze. Why not? Well, continue fishing. We find oil. What a surprise. Wow. Wow. Extra virgin crude oil. Wow. Brilliant. I could taunt the ooze. I don't know if I want to taunt the ooze. A weird sparking rock. Is that it? I could taunt the ooze and probably get beaten up by it. Is that it? Oh my god. What is that spurty hole? Why is there a spurty hole? Can someone please help explain the spurty hole? I'm afraid of the spurty hole. I'm very concerned. How does one cope when confronted by a spurty hole? Spurty hole? It's a pre-penis. Oh. Wow. Oh. Oh, okay. That answers my question. I didn't want it to be answered. I'll be honest with you, I was quite happy not knowing this. That's an answer, isn't it? Yep. I've destroyed some of the goo. It's just one of the... Oh, it's a never-ending fighting thing. If I wanted to make my armors even stronger. Well, there we go. That was some Shadows Over Loathing and Spurty Holes and Pre-Penis. There you go. How was that? It's more progress, I still think. Maybe another couple of streams of this, and then we're done. Personally. I mean, it depends if I want to do all the side quests or not. But I think we're coming up to the end of this. According to how long to beat, because I'm getting close to the hours it says that you should be able to complete the game in. So I figure another stream or two, it'll be done. Unless I've been dicking about and being that terrible at the game for this long. Then you never know, right? But there we go. Yeah, so... Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? This is good times. We switch to other thing. We go. We leave. We go away. Everything's... We leave. I turn this up so you can have the sounds of the goodbye, apparently. Yes, that's what it's called. You heard something about a willy from the kitchen. That's what you're taking away from your stream. Okay, thank you, Candice. This is what people take away from my stream most days. We started with tits, to be fair. We took the tit conversation from Holly's channel. We brought it here with a boob raid. We had a nice conversation about breasts. And now we've ended it on dick. That's the stream, everybody. There you go. What more could you ever possibly want from this kind of fucking stream? No, don't say that word in there. Made that worse, didn't you? Oof, Jesus. Well done. That was bad. That was a bad time. But there you go. There you go. That's it. That's it, isn't it? That's it. You know, that's what you're gonna get. That's it. That's done. We're done. We're fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Thank you guys for hanging out today. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. I will be back on Saturday. I'll probably start Danny Dungeon, I'll be honest. Because I don't think it's... No. I know what day it is. I know what week it is. Buy Carl's new audiobook, From Boobs to Dick, right? You know? It's just a journey of self-discovery. It's great. Oh, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know what's going on anymore. So yeah, you know, stuff is happening in the future. I hope you'll, you know, we'll hang out again. Even though the conversation's been, like, in the gutter today. Today? It's always in the gutter. I don't know what I'm going on about. Well, I never know what I'm going on about. That's part of the point. Part of my point. My point that's part of the point is the point that I'm part of, is the point that I'm making of the point that I'm part of, is the point that I don't fucking So, enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're doing. We're gonna drop a raid. And Tisha Lemon's online. And I haven't seen her online for a while. And she's supposed to Fallout. A new challenge run, Fallout 4, you know? And Fallout 4's great. I like Fallout 4. I haven't played it for a very long time. But it was a great game. I just like Fallout games, you know? I'm just into the Fallout stuff. The Fallout things? Things with the Fallouts? You too, Eddie. Thank you very much for hanging out. Much appreciated, as always. If anybody wants to follow the raid and go watch some Fallout times, then do. Fallout is fun. Fallout is great. It's great. You know, enjoy your evenings. Evenings? Go away, Squitch. Enjoy your rest of your birthday. I'm around if you want things to do, or if you've got plans, then enjoy the birthdays. Have birthdays. Yes, good birthdays. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to press some buttons. There's the raid message. Have fun with that. There's Discord and YouTube if you're not already, you know, aware of these and sub to them or in them, or, you know, all these little things that you can do with these links that I've just sent to you. Tom Rain! Thank you guys for hanging out. I'll be back on Saturday at my usual time with some Dandy Dungeons. And it'll be great. It'll be lovely. So enjoy. Have fun. Be good to yourselves. Do, like, something exciting. And then enjoy it. Yeah. And I'll see you later. See you next times. Have a nice times. See you now. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.